And mute, and then we'll be good to go. Hello everyone, this is Zell. We have TAZ's Tyon ready to do Plants vs Zombies, and and EasyPid doing the commentary.
Yeah. Hello everyone. Yeah, this is Plants vs Zombies. I'm Scion.
Hello, I am EasyPay.
Yeah. So, general premise for the game is you are a homeowner trying to defend yourself from the zombie apocalypse using plants. Very silly, but we love it. Alright, so I'm gonna create a new file because this is any percent. Any percent requires you to complete the adventure mode, which consists of 5 stages. So that's on a new file.
Thank you for the good luck, Warmack.
Hi, Womack. Alright, so there's gonna be a cutscene that plays, and then after that, timer will start. So I'll show you the cutscene because it kind of displays what the game is at heart. PopCap Games presents. This is a PopCap game released in 2009. And it's really silly. I love it so much.
Love the art for this game. It just really captures exactly the feeling that it wants to.
Yeah, right, so timer starts whenever I plant the first pea shooter. I can do that at any time, so 3, 2, 1, now. Alright,
And
so
we're off.
And we're off to the races. And we have another pea shooter because how it works is that each of these pea shooters and all of the plants that we get have a cooldown. They have separate cooldowns. And you purchase them using sun, which comes from the sky. So that's our main resource. We have
So you might have played this game casually before, and typically you want to plant your defense as far to the left as possible so that they don't die. But here we're going to be planting them as close to the right as possible to try and minimize that travel time on the peas here.
Yeah. The faster the damage gets to the zombies, the quicker the level will be overall. And we'll get into more of that as the levels progress. Alright, so I'm holding down enter here to skip a screen that shows us what we just got from those zombies. So I'll explain what we got there separately. This is the sunflower. So from the sky we get sun, but also from these sunflowers we can get even more sun. They're 50 each, and then they produce like sun over time. So they're really valuable for us, because the more sun we have, the more plants we can plant, which is really good for damage.
Sun production is going to be the most important thing for the rest of the run. If we're lacking in sun production, then the level is going to be hurting. If you're ever behind on sun production, it is very much worth it to try and slow down the level to catch up on sun production. It's very important.
Definitely. Alright, so how you speedrun this game is that I'm trying to deal as much damage to these zombies as possible with all of my resources, because at a certain point, the game will decide that's enough damage, and then it'll spawn the next wave. So like there, for example. Enough damage there, spawns the next wave.
Yeah, each of these normal zombies has 10 hit points before they die, but they in total have 14 hit points, so we're going to be trying to do at least 50% of the total wave's health here. So as you saw before, 14, half of that is 7.
By the way.
Oh, very good luck here.
Yeah.
Half of that is 7, so just dealing 7 pea shooter hits to a normal zombie will guarantee the next wave to spawn faster.
Alright, now the last wave in these levels is a huge wave, which is going to have a lot more zombies. So let's see what kind of RNG we get for the spawns. All of these spawns are RNG, by the way. This is pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good spread.
Yeah, these two zombies will die about the same time. And now we have unlocked the cherry bomb.
Just kind of slowly introducing mechanics as a tutorial should comfortably.
A very sort of like invisible tutorial where it's just you playing the game, but the game is teaching you stuff.
Yep.
Alright, so 2 things, Cherry Bomb and Conehead zombies. This level will have a new type of zombie that has about 2.3 times more health than regular zombies, which is a bit of a problem for our pea shooters because that's a lot more damage we have to deal. Fortunately for us, cherry bombs are a source of instantaneous killing damage. So we can use those, and another trick we have up our sleeves. Instead of putting our pea shooter in this slow, we're letting it go to the lawnmower. When the lawnmower gets triggered, all of the zombies in that low will get instantly killed, which is useful for when we want to get quick waves.
Just wanted to really quick say thank you for the good luck Sasquatch 19 and also Barry Awesome X3.
We're also putting the pea shooters a bit further away for the coneheads so that in case we have to do pea shooter damage to them. Yeah, it looks like this speed is going to be pretty good.
Yeah,
each zombie has a random speed that it spawns with, and it can be reset if you have it eat something.
Yeah,
so this was very good.
That's perfect. He rerolled the fast speed. And while it doesn't catch a conehead, it does deal 50% of the wave's health immediately, which will spawn the next wave.
And now we instantly kill this guaranteed conehead spawn. Some waves will be a guaranteed spawn of something.
Thank you so much
we have to deal
the Prime subscription, Warmack.
We have to deal Pichu damage with this, but it's a bit inevitable. So you see how much damage I haven't put out to kill him. This is bad RNG. It spawned.
Conehead in the unprotected lane.
Yeah, we should talk about mower immunity. After 2 waves of a mower getting used, no zombies will spawn there. So this is the 3rd wave after, so there was a chance for it to spawn there.
Yeah,
so we just have to take that out.
Unfortunately, this is probably the slowest possible option for that spawn. But it happens sometimes, you know. You just gotta be able to adapt.
As shown, it is definitely not a run killer.
Yeah.
Although maybe if you're going for PB attempts.
Yeah, I would say this is one of the levels that I reset on the most whenever I'm.
But yeah, Chip Bomb instantly kills that wave, so we have a very easy option for that. So we just unlocked another plant called the Walnut. Typically, this is a defensive plant where it has a lot more HP, so it can withstand zombie attacks much better. We're going to use it in more creative ways than that. You'll see.
Also, we did just unlock the last 2 lanes of the lawn. This is what you're going to see us do and deal with for pretty much the rest of the round, a full lawn like this. And we're going to have 45 total tiles on the lawn to be able to play around. And that's going to come into play later, the amount of tiles that we have, just because you only have unlimited space. And so you really need to take advantage of all of the space that you can get and not waste any of it.
Yeah. So we're letting go of this first zombie, even though it seems really slow. But while we're doing this, we're setting up our sunflowers. So overall in the level, having more sun will save more time than losing this, bit of time. Got a zombie in the same low, which is a lower chance, because each time a zombie spawns, it lowers the chance of other zombies to spawn in that low.
Yeah, the only exception to that rule is the first wave of every level, I believe.
Yeah, recently you found the source code for this game, so that confirms that.
Which can be very annoying, whenever it comes to setting up and predicting.
Very good RNG. So we're using this walnut to keep the zombie at the mower so we can use the mower later on. Which is really important for an optimization for the 8th wave, or the final wave. So 2 waves before the final wave is the 8th wave. Actually, I'll cherry this faster. So if we have the mower immunity rule apply for the final wave, then we have the chance to instantly kill every zombie in the final wave, even though we have 5 of those to deal with.
And you might not always see us delay.
I might not have enough sun. Okay, that was very close.
Yeah, You might not always see us delay
Very
with
clutch.
a walnut per se. Sometimes it'll be with a sunflower if we think we can get some immediate benefit out of it. But we just need to stall that zombie for a little bit longer since sunflowers have a lot less hit points than
Yeah.
than
I'll try
bees.
to solve this one a little bit to try to get a 50% roll out of that wave.
Oh, maybe.
Yes.
And it works. See, just like that.
Very
And
good.
that zombie up top should be finishing the walnut up soon, which will allow
Yeah.
us to only have 3 lanes for our
The
final
walnut
wave.
is at very low HP because of the cracks you can see. Yeah. Very well timed.
Yeah.
It is possible for that to be a bit too late and zombies spawn there anyway.
Why do we only get good 1-4s whenever it's for a marathon?
It's really funny. Meet Crazy Dave. This is a neighbor, and he has given us a walnut and told us to go bowling with it. Don't ask. We don't know. But yeah, we can sort of demonstrate better the 50% rule, because there are 2 zombies that we need to kill for this. So once we do that, next wave will spawn, so you can see that better in this sort of level. Also, the red walnuts are Explodo nuts, which act as cherry bomb walnuts.
And that's 2 already.
Yeah, very lucky. As the wave starts to get bigger, we might want to clear that middle row up, because we want to do the same thing with Moa immunity.
Yeah, so here Scion's going to be targeting those cone heads because they are worth more. They are worth more wave points and hit points for the wave to help us get that 50% roll. Very good luck here. Very good luck so far.
I will save this one because we do need it for a final wave. Okay, that was an unlucky bounce because now that's going to be triggered later. They're not the best 1-5 in all honesty, but good enough. Yeah, the waves will spawn and immediately get mowed. And then we can use our 1 exploder nut for the middle. 2 of them survived just because they spawned after the mower.
Yeah,
Alright,
sometimes the zombies can spawn slow enough that the mower won't hit them. It's unfortunate, but it happens.
So we have a new plant and a new zombie type. This is the Pole Vaulter zombie, and his gimmick is that he has slightly more HP than regular zombies, and is fast and jumps over the first plant they see. So they're going to be very tricky to deal with. Well,
Yeah,
we have Potato Mine, which is a very cheap source of instant kill damage. So it's going to be very valuable for us.
You're going to see us use Potato Mine in a lot of levels for the rest of the run.
Yes.
Being only 25 sun and able to kill any zombie, almost any zombie, instantly is very powerful. And while it does have a 15-second startup time, if you know what you're doing, that 15 seconds is not even part of the question.
Yeah. Just plant it 15 seconds earlier than needed, basically.
And so what you see Scion do here is plant a pea shooter and a potato mine. Now, that pea shooter is going to proc the 50% rule in just fast enough so that this potato mine will have all the time that it needs to harm.
Yeah, and I can demonstrate that.
Yep.
Because that wave just spawned.
We also got access to the shovel here, which was tutorial in the last level. However, we're going to use it to potentially dig up this walnut whenever we want the value immediately, like so.
That just instantly kills that wave.
That way we don't have to wait
and here's
for the entirety of the
here's
health.
the first Pole Vaulter. Cherry Bomb is the simplest way to deal with him. Here's the second one. It does spawn with a regular zombie, so I don't need to deal as much damage. It's still unideal though. Like this one pea shooter will not be able to kill. I will need to add another one.
Yeah, pole vaulters are very annoying in these levels.
So yeah, this is the 8th wave, which means next wave is 9th wave, which is a wave where we need to kill every zombie in it to spawn the huge
Oh,
wave.
very, very good spawns.
Very good
spawns
for that
here.
purpose. Because now we only need to kill this one regular zombie, and killing regular zombies is pretty easy.
Beautiful.
I
Beautiful
think
spawn,
the 4th row is open because of Moa immunity rule.
probably.
So hopefully that does not cause too many issues. Okay, please work, Potato Mine. Oh my god.
Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. That could have
That
been
was
very bad.
tense.
That could have been very bad, but it was instead very good. We love to see it.
Oh my god.
All right, so we just got
Heart
the snow
attack
pea.
quelled.
We just got the snow pea. This is the only level you're going to see us take it ever.
Yeah.
Because we're forced to.
To succinctly explain it, pea shooter, but higher cost, and it slows zombies down. So it's not improved damage at all, it even just slows them so the projectiles don't get there as fast.
Yeah, that's definitely a 6th call.
So
out
it's
for
not
Potato
very
Mine.
good, but we will still use snow peas occasionally because it is on a separate cooldown, which can allow us to get damage faster in some cases. So yeah, if the first zombie spawns in the first row we plant sunflowers, we just put a potato mine down. And now we have enough sun to be able to deal with this one without having to let go of the zombie. So yeah, just spending all of my downtime on getting sunflowers out. We're going to have 15 for this level, which may seem excessive, but we're going to be planting a few snow peas, so being able to afford everything here is just a bigger priority than, like, having too many sunflowers. I think we're actually going to not use any mowers here, which usually use one, but this is just a specific instance of RNG where the better decision is to not do that. I definitely don't get this type of RNG very often. I would call it good, though.
Wave. Yeah, this is going to be an instant wave for us.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's a silly spawn. It's gonna be slow because we have to put pea shooters down there. It is a slow cone head, though. Okay, this wave is a lot better. And then next wave, we can just cherry bomb it to instantly deal with it, and then that spawns a huge wave. So you can put a potato mine in the 9th column if it starts on the huge wave text. However, that was a little late, so I'm going to play it safe. So yeah, just using a snow pea there to prevent a bit of damage on those pea shooters.
All normal zombie wave here. Very nice, because
Yeah.
one of them is getting body blocked by that cone head, and so we don't really have to worry about it as much. Body blocking is going to be something that becomes very prevalent within this run, because you're going to see us take care of a lot of these waves very fast, but not necessarily all of the zombies from the wave.
Yeah.
So that's going to leave some leftover zombies that are going to block the zombies from the next wave that we want to be dealing damage to.
Putting a sunflower there to trigger the jumping animation, by the way. And then this is about the middle of the second flag. So I use a cherry bomb there to get a really quick wave out of that.
Yeah, and the cooldown...
each level will have a different amount of flags based on difficulty of the level, stuff like that.
Yeah, if you look down on the bottom right, you can see what we're talking about. There's a little progress bar for the level. Every level up until now has only been one flag. But now you can see there's two flags down there, and one of them is raised up signifying that we've already beaten it and passed it. There's going to be some levels in the future that are 3 flags, some levels that are 2 flags like this one, some that are 1. It's just which mechanics it's introducing, what the difficulty, you know.
Yeah.
But the
It's just
more
like level
flags,
design stuff.
yeah, the more flags, the longer the level is going to be. Just expect that.
Yeah. And that can sometimes change our strategy. Very good final wave.
There it is.
That's the Champa.
This is the Chomper. The Chomper is one of the most important plants for the rest of the run.
We have 6 slots, so we have to drop 1 plant. Obvious choice is Snow Pea because it's not that good. However, we do get Champa, which is an instant kill plant with a fast cooldown, which is very valuable because we can basically use them on a wave by wave basis. So it speeds up the level very much. However,
Yeah.
it is 150 sun, so we're gonna have to plant more sunflowers to compensate for that.
Yeah, remember before whenever I said the 50% rule is a thing, we want to deal as much of the wave's health and damage as possible immediately. Because the Chomper instantly kills whatever you put it in front of, it becomes very valuable very fast.
Yeah, it's basically just a targeting system of like, hey, you have the most health in this wave, now die.
Yes, and also because we can plant it wherever we want, body blocking becomes way less of an issue if a high health target spawns behind another high
Yeah.
health target that we have not yet taken.
Also,
care
I'm
of.
going to be removing this pea shooter so that we can use the mower behind it. That triggered the 50% rule. Because that was enough
instant wave
damage.
here. Another instant wave, and you get to let go of that mower too.
Yeah.
And
we get to use the Champa. Next wave is going to be the Buckethead Zombie, which has 5 times the health of a regular zombie, or something like that. It's a ton of HP, so it's not the best.
Of course,
we will not be able to.
Unfortunately,
we will not be able to stall that for any longer, so we'll just have this 4th row zombie do all the work of that.
Yeah. However, we will still have 2 lanes next to each other, which will give us that little the 3-row final wave that we're looking for. We're going to be aiming for that for almost every level that we can.
Now this is a bit of an unfortunate wave, because it is the 9th wave and we don't have many resources to be able to kill it, so we're gonna have to save sun. So yeah, that was very slow.
Yeah, sometimes this level can be very slow. It just depends on spawns, how many normal zombies you get. Because this level is the introduction of the Chomper, we do want a lot of the single spawn high health targets. That's not necessarily the case in every level, but in this level it is for sure.
Yeah. So now we have access to the repeater, which is basically upgraded pea shooter. Deals twice as much damage for twice the cost. So our sun production is going to skyrocket at this point.
Yeah, and so remember how earlier I said we only have 45 spaces to work with? The repeater is essentially 2 pea shooters on the same tile.
Yeah.
And it's a powerhouse.
Space efficiency is very powerful.
It's so powerful that we're going to take it a lot for the rest of the run.
Yeah, it's
even on levels where you would be like, why are you taking it here? That makes no sense.
If I were to give any plant the title of the any percent plant, it would be repeater.
Yeah, for sure. I'd have to agree.
Alright, so because we need so much more sun, we're going to fully stall 2 waves. Ideally, both of them would go to the lawnmower, but this one spawned in our sunflower, so Potato Mine does the job. If I timed it right, okay. Pretty close. And then instant wave over there.
Yep, and now we have enough for our first repeater. And fun fact about the repeater, it can kill a normal zombie within 1 tile. So anytime you see us letting go of a normal zombie to be dealt with much later, just know that there's almost never any stress related to that, just because repeaters can take care of normal zombies so quickly.
Yeah, that was very valuable because pole vaulters are just... I don't personally like them.
Pole vultures are very annoying to deal with because you can't just put a chomper down on them.
Yeah, they
And
jump
you-
over the chomper.
Yeah, so you have to waste 2 plant slots trying to take care of that. But you also sometimes can't just throw a repeater down because a repeater will not be able to kill it in enough space.
Yeah,
in
pole
enough
vaulters are
time.
just a menace.
It's just they're just too fast. Yeah, and you can
Awesome.
see here that Scion's going to be placing the sunflowers down behind that zombie walking.
Yeah,
Just
just wherever I have space, I use it.
yeah, and so since sun production so
I'll put
far,
a
getting that
walnut down
is
here so I can get a bit of value in this huge wave. Let's see what... Oh my
nice,
god.
nice bucket head.
That is the best situation.
It's the best value you could have gotten. Amazing.
Literally best case scenario.
And now you have that potato mine.
And now this is worst case scenario. Give and take.
The walnut for its intended purpose? No,
I'll just use a chomper. No, unless the hitboxes are weird.
you know what that means?
Uh-oh. Okay. You know what? Let's use mower value here. I
Yeah.
do not see why not.
I've only ever used mower value once in this level, and it turned out amazing. In the second flag, so we'll
Yeah,
see.
let's
what
just
you
use Shelly to clear that up. So yeah, another thing, pole vaulters have forward hitboxes. Like they're more forward than usual.
A1 sends his regards.
So yeah, we can keep him here all the way until final wave.
And that's probably a really good idea anyway, so.
We don't usually do this, by the way, disclaimer for that.
Oh my god, I never do this.
This wave is going to be tricky to deal with because so many pole vaulters.
Yeah, while pole vaulters do have less health, they are faster and trickier to deal with in some situations. Fortunately, though, we have 1 less space to deal with on this final wave, which typically does not happen in 1.9, so that should make this final wave way less unruly to deal with.
Like, just get as much damage for this final zombie as possible. And we get a note that tells us... We're gonna skip the note because of the cutscene skip that we mentioned earlier. But what they basically said is, hey, here's an all-out assault. Good luck. So yeah, and that would be in the form of 110, which is a level where you can't pick your plants and you have to be force-fed them through the conveyor. So RNG is very much at play here. The ideal plants to get are repeaters and cherry bombs. Hopefully we get some repeaters, otherwise this might not look the prettiest.
Now, we did have a conveyor belt level earlier with 1.5. However, that one did not fully showcase every aspect of a conveyor belt level. Because that level only had 2 plants on the belt, and it needs 3 in order to activate every characteristic of a conveyor belt level.
Yeah.
So, sorry, that's Thor barking. So the conveyor belt levels have multiple plants, and whenever you have multiple of the same plant on the belt, if there are... Wow,
What a wave, dude.
You're getting a lot of bucket heads.
Bucketheads are not ideal because we basically need to use our most valuable plants on them.
But so every plant has a different probability of spawning. Whenever there are 3 or more of that plant on the belt, those odds get reduced to 5. And whenever there are 4 or more, well, whenever it gets to 3, it's reduced to 5. And whenever it gets to 4 or more, it's reduced to 1.
Yeah.
And so depending on what the base odds, that's either a massive reduction or only a slight one. And so we're going to be trying to demanipulate some walnuts and potato mines here, which are ones that have higher odds, and bringing them down to the 5 and 1 is very valuable for us.
I really don't want this conveyor belt to get filled because that'll slow down the amount of plants we get.
Yes,
But all of these plants are valuable.
Also, yes,
Except for the walnuts. Those are only used for conveyor manipulation.
Yes. And also a potential mower value, but that's only if it lines up correctly in the first flag. So here you see Scion has 3 walnuts and 4 potato mines, so it's looking pretty good for us. But also something to keep in mind is the more plants you have on the belt, the slower the future ones are going to come out. So it's about keeping that balance.
I'm gonna put down a potato mine now to free up more space.
Yeah, it's about keeping that balance of having enough plants on the belt.
Maybe it gets value, who knows?
To try and get what you need, and also having the right plants on the belt, and getting the right ones. And while it's not always guaranteed, it's just playing around what you do get.
There's a buckethead up there, but I think that area is more worth it to clear out for body blocking and stuff. So yeah, this is looking like 9th wave, so I'll put down all of my potato mines now, so that they can help during the final wave.
All right, so we are hoping for 2 cherry bombs here. It's not looking like we're going to get them.
At most, we get 1, I think, if we're very lucky.
But these potato mines will help us.
Yeah. All of the bucketheads are actually dead.
Yeah, that'll definitely speed up this final wave significantly. Hey, look at cherry bomb.
Yeah, we're done. Not with the run, with the world.
Yeah, that's it. We're
so it is progressed to nighttime, which changes how the game works a little bit. So it's nighttime, so we no longer get any sun from the sky. All of our sun is homemade.
It's nighttime, so go to bed.
Exchange for this, in order to make this not the worst world in the entire universe, is that we have access to Puff Shroom, which is a 0-cost plant that has as much damage as a pea shooter.
And at night, the plants need to change function a little bit. They need to be cheaper because we don't have as much sun, and typically they'll have some sort of trade-off. And the Puff Shroom's trade-off is that it only has a range of up to 3 tiles in front of it. However, we're speedrunning the game, and we want our plants to be as close as possible to the things they're dealing damage to, so that's actually not a drawback at all for us. So it's just a 0-cost pea shooter.
This is a newspaper zombie. So, same health as a regular zombie, but with a shield. So we have to break that before we can even start to damage the zombie. And when the newspaper goes down, he gets very angry that you ruined his Sudoku puzzle.
He was so close. He was so close to finishing it.
His newspaper is upside down, by the way. Also, yes, he is just straight up in his underwear. I never paid attention to that. Oh my god.
Also, yeah, Warmack did just point out you did get a sub 31 day.
Ooh, nice.
So
I don't have a timer on my end, so I can't tell very well, but Nice to know that
As,
we're doing well.
as you guys can see here, there are graves throughout this level, and we can't plant on them. And the graves are going to do something special during the huge wave. They're going to add a certain element that was not in day. On this level, they're going to spawn normal zombies, but from the next level on, they're going to have a chance to also spawn coneheads. And so at the end of every level, you now have to play around each of these graves spawning.
That was a very good
zombies.
final wave.
That was an amazing spread of zombies for that final wave.
So I had a potato mine that killed 2 zombies. And then after that, I had a very good cherry bomb position. And then there was just 1 leftover left, and I had enough sun for a chomper. Combine all of those elements, you have a damn good wave. Anyway, this is the sun shroom, which is a equivalent of sunflower for night. We did bring sunflower as well, because similar with like snow peas and pea shooters, we can combine their cooldowns to get sun out faster. So yeah. The glaives are random also. We can't predict where they'll spawn, but we can predict some things about them. Each column will have the same amount of glaives, it's just the rows that are different.
Yeah, so on this level, you see that we brought Repeater and Chomper. That's because this level does have bucket heads.
Yes.
And also we did bring the Sunflower and Sunshroom, as Sion had said, because we brought the Repeater and the Chomper. Because say we place those off cooldown, that's 350 sun every 7.5 seconds. Obviously, we're not going to be placing them each that frequently. However, we are going to be expecting to spend at least 200 sun per wave,
Yeah.
or around on average. So that's definitely going to require us to have a lot more sun production, and especially because it's night, we definitely need both of these to get that out as fast as we can.
Yeah, coneheads are a bit of an issue because of their extra health. They will basically guaranteed kill one of our mushrooms.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate, but once you have enough of
We
them
just
out, it's
we just
as
need to
simple as-
hope that they don't spawn, and that's all we can do, basically.
Yeah, and once they do kill one of your puff shrooms, as long as it's late enough in the setup phase, it's as easy as just replacing it. But if it's too early, then it can kind of wreck your defenses if you're not careful.
Alright, so this is 9th wave, so I'll start playing out the big guns, as one would say. Funnily enough, that 4th row was actually slower.
Yeah, and so now you're going to see Scion starting to plant more repeaters here.
Yeah.
Especially in that row in particular, because there is a grave, a very far back grave there, and that can have a chance to spawn a really awkward zombie for the final wave for us. And just the repeater will help with that a lot. Yeah, and so here, repeater, very good option, because we can't immediately take out that cone head due to the grave being in the way. So
Yeah.
it's better to then instead focus on those normal zombies that we can take care of.
If we can put it in column 9, definitely worth it to Chompa. Ooh, very good wave.
Very good
The
wave
more
for
regular
repeater.
zombies, the better, because combined HP will be lower overall.
Yeah, so here we use that.
We hope
cherry bomb.
to use the cherry bomb on a bucket head, but if they don't spawn, then we can use them basically just in the middle of the flag, like usual.
No bucket heads so far.
Yeah, is that a blessing or a curse? I don't know.
We'll see. It's a curse
You
whenever
will them into existence.
good.
They are fast,
We want
but
them.
sometimes they are not fast, like if they spawn in a low with like multiple glaives, because multiple glaives in a low is possible on this level. Yeah, this is not the best 9th wave, but it's manageable, and we have a lot of preparation for the final wave.
And so here you saw Scion put down a Chomper in front of that grave. And so what that's going to allow us to do is not have to worry about that spawn being awkward. And it was a normal zombie, so it wouldn't have been as bad. But if it were a Conehead, it would have been very bad for us to try and deal with that in a timely manner.
These final waves have been really good.
Oh, yeah.
Very proud of them. Alright, so we just unlocked Fume Shroom, and we introduced a Scary, not Screen Door.
Screen doors.
This is an example of multiple glades in one row. Very unideal.
Oh, especially for this level of
Yeah.
all levels.
So a Screen Door zombie has a very high health shield, basically the buckethead of shield-wielding zombies.
However,
But Fume Shroom can pierce through shields and all other zombies in its range.
oh, it's a fast zombie, thank God.
Yeah, this is gonna be good. I would have needed to put it in the 7th column anyway. Also, small note about nomenclature. We label the furthest right column, column 9, and then the furthest left, column 1. Same for the lows. Top low is low 1, top low is low 5. Also, on this level, the fastest way to kill the screen door is to kill it with a column 9 potato mine, so we're going to try to predict where it spawns.
First rare death animation.
Ooh, nice. I'm going to predict top low, because a zombie spawned there in the 3rd wave, so it's likely that a spawn will be there in the 6th wave. That's going to trigger in time, but that does put a wrench in a screen door kill plan.
And
It's
honestly,
still fast, though.
if the screen door spawns where... Okay, no mind.
That was an unpredictable spawn. Sometimes you get those where it's like, the RNG just does not agree with you.
Yeah, and so now we're going to have to wait for the Fume Shroom to deal with it like a pea shooter would a regular zombie on a wave with only regular zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fume Shroom only does 1 pea shooter worth of damage. However, it does have infinite pierce, which is insanely broken. So, infinite pierce in a game where dealing damage to all of the zombies in a wave will help progress it faster is just beyond insane for 75 Sun.
This is not the best place to have a Conehead.
Yeah, also,
this 9th wave is going to be very slow.
having 2 Fume Shrooms there is going to help a lot with that final wave. Because
you could argue it's redundant because I plan to cherry bomb there anyway.
That is true. But say you don't. Say the big clump is in the bottom kind of thing. It probably won't be. Hopefully it won't be, honestly. But yeah, you see how fast it's taking care of those multiple zombies down there.
Not the best, but it's already a very RNG heavy split. Alright, so we were collecting money that whole time that we forgot to mention because so many other aspects to the run. But now we have access to 7 slots because we earned enough money for Crazy Dave to sell it to us. He's a bit of an entrepreneur, you see. So we're gonna buy a few things from Crazy Dave throughout the run, so money is an actual thing we do have to worry about. There's 3 types of money drops. There's the silver coin, which is worth 10, gold coin worth 50, and then diamond, rarest, and worth 1,000. The minimum, basically, is for us to get a diamond, because something we very, very really need in the end of the run costs a lot of money, so we need to be able to afford that with everything else.
Yeah, and the
there are backup strats though for the marathon.
In the 2 flag levels, the chance is from about, I believe, 1 to 3% for a diamond, and the 3 flags it's about 3 to 5% for a diamond. For at least one.
The math is a bit complicated, so
yeah. That's just off of a couple quick calculations that I've done myself.
Thanks to the source code.
So throughout the run, the chance of getting at least 1 diamond is actually fairly high. It's just that at any given point in time, the chance is low for that given time.
Yeah.
So
Basically,
the
the
odds,
thing of, like, throughout 50 levels, there's a lot of trials to get a diamond. So one of those chances is going to happen at least once, hopefully. It is possible to get really unlucky.
yeah. So the plant that we actually got introduced to for this level is called the Grave Buster, and I want to challenge the chat to figure out what it does based on the name. Just a wild guess. I don't know.
The
It's
glaives
a
are
little-
getting closer to the left of the screen, so it would make sense for us to get a plant that somehow combats that. I don't know if Glaive Buster does that though.
Yeah, I don't know if it busts them. I mean,
Fine, I'll
show them
show.
how it's done. Show them how it's done. It's a bomb. That's it. You got it. It's a bomb. Oh, these aren't pies. Oh, these aren't homemade. They're made in a factory. A bomb factory. They're bombs. All right,
Right.
so here we got a
Screen
screen
door.
door.
Which means you instantly die. That's just how it is in this world.
And here we got a cone head. 2 cone
In the
heads.
next wave, it's possible to us to get a single screen door spawn, so I will save a bit of sun to combat that with the Chomper.
And so since that's the only zombie in the wave, being able to immediately kill it is very valuable.
There's also pole vaulters on this level because someone decided that should be so.
Unfortunately,
God damn it, George fan.
it's a remake of Ghostbusters, but fighting graves instead. You got it. You
Got
got
it. That's
Skiles
it.
9009.
That's exactly it.
You know, if I didn't know
Another
any better,
small note is
I'd
that
say
Glaive Busters also produce money, so we can get diamonds from those potentially.
if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you speedran this game.
2 conehead zombies spawned at the same row, which is the perfect opportunity to use fume shrooms. So yeah, in a few waves we'll have the 9th wave. Which is possible to have a conehead, a screen door, and a regular zombie. Seems like we got exactly that. Rare death animation for the final zombie. Let's go. So yeah, preparation for this final wave is basically just get fumes in the lows that you're planning to not cherry. It's like, I want to cherry middle low, so all of the fumes are going top low, because everything bottom low is dead. This is the Almanac. We're going to not interact with the Almanac besides closing that screen flame perfectly.
Beautiful, beautiful job.
But
Ladies
what
and
the
gentlemen,
Almanac is a description of all of the plants and zombies you encounter,
ladies, gentlemen,
complete with their own little stories. If you played this game, I highly recommend giving it a read. It's very fun writing.
I know what the ice shroom, which is introduced later.
Yeah, isn't the ice cream paralyzed?
Yeah, the ice shroom's face is paralyzed from making funny faces.
Ooh,
Yeah, this
gold
is 2.5. This is the only true auto-scroller level of the run. There's legitimately nothing you can do to make this level slower or faster outside of the final wave.
Yeah, so our final wave strategy is to use the cherry bomb to instantly
Ooh.
kill like all of the zombies. So we would have to create a glaive pattern that facilitates that, which is basically a 3x3 with a hole in the middle, like a glaive donut sort of. We're getting a lot of sun. This is pretty rare, to be honest.
Yeah, so previously we mentioned that we got the source code for this game recently, And the less sun that you have currently, the higher chance that you have for sun to drop from zombies. And so we're trying to spend our sun as fast as possible. However, here we are just getting a lot of sun
Yeah.
in general.
I will bust one more glaive, but not any more than 4 glaives, because if they are less than 4 glaives, the game will spawn more glaives than 1 each time. So this is basically a minimum.
Yeah, basically the game will spawn.
Like, this is a minimum, but we still have so much sun. This is
The game-
unusual.
Dang. The game is going to spawn until there are at least 5 graves whenever it tries to spawn a grave.
Yeah.
Those are the rules. Sorry, I don't make the rules.
Melee
I
and
just enforce
Boston.
them.
A few bucket heads here and there. Yeah, none of the clicking I'm doing here matters. These are just set spawns. But here is where it matters. For like 2 seconds of time save.
Oh, look at that.
That
The
was-
frame perfect.
That was beautifully executed. I don't do that well in my own runs.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to learn the timing on that. But pulling it off still feels good every single time.
Yes.
It's just one of those like easy to learn things that feels amazing once you can pull it off.
Alright, sorry Europeans, but this is the introduction of the football zombie as an American football.
This is the introduction of the American football zombie.
Yeah. So, he has more HP than a Buckethead, which is insane to think about. Basically, our only options to kill him are Potato Mine, similar strategy to 2-3, or the Hypno Shroom, which we just unlocked. It does not kill them, per se. It merely hypnotizes them to fight for the plant side, which counts as damage in the code, so it's the same thing.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Basically, he's gonna turn around,
We
face
don't want
the
to
other
get into
direction,
semantics.
start attacking the other zombies. Which, since he has, I believe, 8 times the health of a normal zombie, something like that.
It's still insane to
A
me.
lot. That's a lot of value from a Hypno Shroom out of him.
So yeah, hopefully this potato mine I put down does get the football zombie. I have a feeling the game will not be particularly nice, though.
Oh, maybe. It's not looking bad.
You know, I'm expecting it to be top low just because.
Honestly, yeah.
Maybe we can... Oh my god. Now, can we get
Maybe.
enough sun to have this work out?
I'm gonna say...
Yes.
Oh, yes, let's go.
That was really big brain on my end.
Classic Scion move.
And we still have a potato mine here, which can potentially get a cone head.
Yeah, so we're still on these levels. They're a little faster, so there's not necessarily enough time to bust all of the graves. So we're going to be trying to pick and choose which graves are going to be the most important to bust. And so you see there's a clump of graves down at the bottom. So that one is... Scion's not going to focus on that as much.
Yeah, I
because it's
plan
very
to...
long.
I plan to use a cherry bomb for that wave because it's just cherry bomb shaped, you know?
Yeah, where at the top, you know, it's a little less clumped. Not as nice of a shape for us. So it's just easier to try and get rid of those. Where did the football zombie go? Well, he ate the Hypno Shroom and he ran away.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
He just went off screen.
Oh wow, very nice.
Oh my god.
Very
That was
nice
disgusting. That was disrespectful to the zombies. Alright.
Alright.
That plant selection was a little slow. There's a bit of time saved in optimizing plant selections. I have them all basically fully memorized.
Yeah, he went to get Taco Bell for his new friends. Us. I love that.
Yeah.
But here we're introduced to the Scaredy Shroom. The Scaredy Shroom is essentially a pea shooter, except it only costs 25 sun. And the trade-off is that if any zombies get close to it, about a tile distance, it will retreat into the ground and be scared and not be able to fire.
Yeah. Because honestly, it is a really scary situation. And we should all comfort them.
What a good guy. And the fact that it only costs 25 sun, yeah, I'll take the trade-off of it not being able to be placed close. Especially whenever we have the Puff Shroom Scaredy Shroom combo that
Yeah.
makes that kind of not matter. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
the
you see,
glaives are getting closer to the left still. So this is a lifesaver for rows like the bottom row.
oh yeah,
But like,
that bottom
we
row
can't
would
fit
be
any pea shooters there.
that
Pea
that that
puff
bottom
shrooms, rather.
that bottom row would be unmanageable without without these Scaredy Shrooms. So
Yeah.
thank God.
Thank you, game developers. I send my regards.
Dion sends his regards. Wow, that's our first.
They also
cone head,
make
and
cone
it's in
heads a
good
lot
row.
better to deal with.
That's our first cone head, and it's in the best
Because
row.
now we can have more than 3 puff shrooms killing it at the same time.
Yeah, and so because our night plants are so cheap, we're actually only going to be planting 15 sunshrooms on these kinds of levels here.
That's all you need.
Just Scaredy
Also,
Shrooms are
since
cheap.
this low has less firepower due to its glaives, I'll use a Hypno there, and that'll speed it up.
Oh,
It's
beautiful.
going to get value as well. That is
that's
that
so
is
good.
something special.
Because without that wave that wave takes double the time to take care of without that happening.
I'm so happy that happened.
We love little interactions like that. All right, so here, Scion does not necessarily need the cherry bomb because there's so many normal zombies here, and that way we can save.
I also want to save the cherry bomb for the potential screen door wave.
Yeah, screen door wave can be very unfortunate to deal with if it spawns in the wrong place.
Okay, we did not get the RNG required for a screen door wave, so we get to avoid that entirely. There's one more RNG issue we have to worry about for this level, though. On the 9th wave, there is a chance for the football to spawn, and our only option is a Hypno Shroom. Technically, Cherry works, but we reserve Cherry for final wave every time. Because it's always faster there. So we need to save the Hypno Shroom for that wave, otherwise we will have no other option and have our defense get crippled.
And so as you can see here, Scion is clearing the graves in a semi-specific order here. So he's
basically leaving the 8th column for last because it is the least important.
Yeah, you want to get
column open for Hypnos and Cherry Bombs. I want the 6th column open for Fume Shrooms. And then I want just the rest of the glaives done by then. This is the 9th wave, so football did not spawn, which allows us to get away with that Hypno Shroom scot-free.
And
hey, here's the diamond.
All right, the run lives.
We have moved over to upper middle class.
All right, let's see what we're dealing with here. So
okay, football is in the bottom. Guarantees that we use Cherry there because otherwise it is slow.
Yeah, I think it's just faster for the Hypno, actually. And here's that ice shroom I was talking about earlier. His face is stuck in a permanent frown.
Yeah.
We are not going to use him at all.
No, I don't believe that here. This level introduces the Dancer Zombie, which is potentially one of the most annoying zombies to deal with. It's a guaranteed spawn on 6th wave, so we can potentially use a potato mine against him. If the potato mine fails, we do not have many other options because of how he works functionally.
Yeah,
so high hopes that we get the potato mine to work. It can only spawn in the middle 3 rows.
And you'll see why if the potato mine doesn't work.
Yeah.
If it does work, we will explain why. But in this version of the game, the Dancer Zombie is Michael Jackson. In the Game of the Year version of the game, which was released later, the Michael Jackson zombie...
2010?
Yeah, the Michael Jackson zombie was replaced with a disco zombie. They do both function differently. The Michael Jackson zombie moves faster and further onto the screen when it spawns. And the disco zombie is slower and only moves to the 9th column when it spawns. So the Michael Jackson zombie does actually have higher benefits than the disco zombie does. If you're trying to pick a version to run on, I would suggest this one.
This is not the best situation at all because we have nothing here.
And so as you see, the Michael Jackson zombie spawned
It keeps
a bunch of
spawning
backup
stuff too.
dancers. And
Okay,
whenever
we're
they
gonna
die,
try to
it just
hypno it,
spawns.
but okay, that did work.
And so
And it
whenever
spawned. Okay.
and he spawns backup dancers for us that are also hypnotized. So he's actually kind of good if you can get him hypnotized. Because he basically just creates a bunch of what I'll call pea shooters for us.
Yeah. Can't believe he's still on screen.
Oh yeah, he got really far
Like,
on there too.
we killed him very late, just out of necessity.
Oh, that's gonna be really helpful for us too. So unfortunately, we did have to spend a lot of sun trying to deal with that dancer zombie. So we're gonna have a couple more graves on screen than we would like to see here.
Actually, this amount of graves is fine.
Oh, beautiful.
Some of the hypno zombies were off screen getting bites in. Wait, just hypno this bottom one. You can see the scary shrooms getting scared now.
Just like me.
Yeah. Alright. We don't have to deal with this level anymore. I do not like 2-8, just conceptually.
Alright, so now we get the big boy. We get the Doom
Big
Shroom.
Doom Shroom. Alright, so think of a nuclear warhead. That's this.
He even explodes in a mushroom cloud.
Yeah, it's even a mushroom cloud, and it leaves a crater that you can't plant anything on.
It is conceptually a nuclear warhead.
Yeah.
So on this level, more graves. You know, that's kind of been the theme as night has been going on.
Yeah.
But also, we do have the Doom Shroom, and the Doom Shroom is a lot like the Cherry Bomb. You know what? You're right. Actually, we lied, and we were actually hacking this entire time. The Grave Buster is the bomb, and the Doom Shroom
Yeah.
is the graves.
Yeah, we got these a little mixed up.
Yeah.
Happens.
Same color. You know, sometimes lost in translation, you know.
Yeah.
But Doomshroom is like Cherry Bomb, except it has a much larger range. And that is for 25 less sun. However, it does leave that crater. So it does have its trade-off like most of the night plants.
However, this means that on the final wave, we can instantly kill it because it covers all 5 rows. There's no shenanigans we have to do anymore with, like, preparing for these other, like, rows that the Cherry Bomb will not actually target. We can just kill everything. Unfortunate position to get a Conehead in. But I was just busting that glaive in anticipation.
Just busting, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly what you're saying.
We really like to see the triple normal zombie wave there.
I'll hypno here. Oh, that's actually a pretty slow regular zombie wave. Now, that's gonna go off screen before I can really get any value.
It'll go off screen, but it could catch a far
I hear biting sounds. It is catching something.
Yeah, and it killed something.
It killed something because evidenced by the coin.
Coins cannot drop off screen, so it'll automatically force them onto the screen, the furthest right where they can drop if it would have dropped off screen. So that was evidence that something died for us.
Yeah. Screen door is a possible heal again. We didn't get the RNG there. So yeah, now we're just catching up on glaives, catching up on fumes. It's a hard balance to keep up with. That's a low firepower low, so just decide to Hypno there. It's also possible for dancers to spawn. So, unless we have a lot of fumes, we need to hope that that is our second diamond.
Alright, run is safe for sure. Fortunately, a normal zombie did spawn with that screen door, so that'll make this wave much faster. And we actually got 2 normal zombies with this screen door here, so this wave is over without even really needing to touch
Yeah.
the screen door.
By the way, with 2 diamonds, it is possible for us to get the 8th seed slot a bit earlier than usual. Oh, hi, Dancer Zombie. What's up?
Yeah, fume
How you
shrooms
doing?
are the dancer zombie's worst nightmare in casual play.
The reason we
and-
don't bring Fume Shroom for 2-8, by the way, is because we don't get enough sun. It's just not feasible. Especially when 2 fumes are basically the requirement. We're getting so many death animations. God damn.
And
They don't mean anything for the speedrun. It's just something to point out.
yeah, and so we did have 1 grave left. However, we don't really care because we can
Yeah.
just kill everything.
And we don't need the money from it because we are very wealthy.
Like Warmex said, 2 diamonds. It's a sign everyone should donate. Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
it's to a great cause. Obviously, don't donate if you don't have the money to. Make sure to take care of yourself and your families first. But any amount is appreciated.
Yeah. I might donate.
I will not. I have no money.
Alright, so same deal as 110. We just have all of the different plants that we unlocked in this world and we're forced to use them against all of the different zombies we've encountered. A test of how well we know them, I guess.
We need to make sure that the donation value is at no point less than the amount of money we have in the game if you can
Yeah.
afford it. All right, guys, catch up. Come on. We need about $4,000 right now. Come on, people. Keep up. Amen.
The more diamonds I get, the more screwed some people's financial situation's gonna be.
Come on. Come on, Warmech. We're looking at you. All right, and so here in this level, you're going to see Scion busting specific graves in a very specific order here. So the middle of the field and also the column 9 are what we want open here. So it's a little
We need
unfortunate with
Hypno
some
and Doom spots is the logic there.
Yeah, and so we don't really want to Doom in the 9th column unless we absolutely have to, just because those Hypno spots are
Those
going to be very
Kratos.
valuable. Having that 9th column Hypno spot is going to be extremely valuable once more football zombies start spawning. And if you can't immediately take care of them, then the wave is going to be very, very slow.
I have a
As the
feeling
only
more
way-
backup dancers are gonna spawn. Okay, we're good.
As the only way to efficiently take care of them is with a Hypno
By
zombie.
the way, Hypno zombies eat through shields. So a bit of damage was dealt that way. Another red death animation. They keep happening.
Or ice shrooms.
Yeah, ice shrooms are a demon plant for the conveyor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Zombie.
Football zombies are good if we have the instance because they comprise of most of the wave by default because of their insane HP.
Yeah, basically, if a football zombie spawns, then taking care of it immediately spawns the next wave. That's basically the rule of thumb. A lot of doom shrooms here. Very nice.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh,
damn. Okay, that actually did reach. I wasn't expecting that.
interesting how sometimes it stops the backup dancer spawning, but not every time.
Okay, we are running out of doom spots, which can cause issues.
Hopefully the game decides to give us more grave busters. I said, hopefully the game decides to give us more Grave Busters. Thank you.
Okay, that is one.
Unfortunately, it's not safe to plant it anywhere on the
Also,
inside.
craters will free up their space after 3 minutes.
Yeah, so there's only a couple spots that we'll be able to use twice, really, here, because the level is just long enough, and we get Doom Shrooms early enough that we should be able to use some spots again. What also helps us is that football zombies are very fast, so a lot of the time they're just going to want to run into
I think this is 9, so I'll do 1 9th column 1.
Wow.
We have a lot of
Dude.
back glaives.
Did not get a lot of Grave Busters at all.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to hypno this furthest back one. And then
Oh,
Doom
yeah,
should
fine.
be in range of everything. It's not, but we have another Doom available. So
You're
that's
good.
fine.
You're good. You're good.
Also, we have like 1,500 more money than expected. Alright, so we have moved from the front yard to the backyard. And so have the zombies, because you can't attack 2 fronts at the same time. That's just
That
not
would not
fair.
be fair. That wouldn't be fair. Listen, if you're gonna call the zombies anything, they're fair. And that's a fact.
So yeah, because this is the backyard and we're upper middle class, we do have a pool. We can't plant any plants there unless they are specifically aquatic. So that would be the lily pad that we just got, which allows us to plant plants on top of it in the pool.
What I love about this game is the fact that it just introduces all of its new mechanics so smoothly and fluidly. None of it feels forced.
Exactly.
Like there's nothing about this that you're like, oh, why is there a pool here? It's like, yeah, it's the backyard. People have pools in their backyard, you know? And then it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
especially if
well,
they're upper middle class.
right. And then it's like, oh, obviously I can't plant a sunflower on the pool. Like it would drown. Like you can't you can't plant something and then overwater it. It's gonna drown. You know, you can't drown a plant. It won't live anymore. So obviously you need to plant it on something else.
Lily pads float on water.
It just works. And also with the nighttime, introducing the first utility plant of the Gravebuster.
That's
I
enough
watched
damage.
the game,
50%
watched the
by
game for
way.
years, and this is the first time I realized we cycle through front yard, backyard, roof. I'm in awe. Right? Yeah, front yard in the morning and at night, then front yard, and then backyard in the morning and at night, and then the roof.
I don't fully trust that to trigger in time, so I will use the yeah, I would have been right. So that was a good decision, just recognizing that.
There's just so many little things about this game that are just amazing in terms of game design. Like, who was like, yeah, 7.5 seconds. That's how long the cooldown needs to be for the fast plants. Instead of like 8 or 7. Like 7.5 feels perfect.
Yeah. That wave felt a bit slow. Okay, one of these is... by the way, the zombies in the pool have little ducky tubes.
And they are considered different zombies in the little spawn section, where when it shows us what kind of zombies are spawning in the level, they are considered different types of zombies.
Alright, so we have both of these bottom lows let go in time for the final wave, and we have a Potato Mine Chomper combo, so theoretically we can get a very perfect cherry.
And it looks like we're going to be getting that.
We missed that one zombie, but we have the sun to compensate for that.
And here's the squash. The squash is amazing.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're
so
buying
good.
the 8th seed slot now. Usually you get it in 2 levels, but now we just have enough money. Usually we would drop the walnut, but since we have the money, walnut is here coming with us. So what Squash's deal is, think Potato Mine, but more urgent. It costs 50 sun, but you can use it like immediately after you plant it.
I love what Spengrantis said. Oh boy, a living cartoon anvil. Honestly,
That's
yeah.
literally what it is.
And he makes the funny sound. He
Yeah.
goes, hmm? He does
Easy
it.
Pig is very good at the impression for that.
Just listen to what he says, and then just think back to me, and you'll be like, oh wow, that is what he says.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll
He
do it
has
back to
the
back.
Squash has 2 voice lines, and Easy Pig can do both of them perfectly.
I just think it's very funny that he has 2 voice lines. It's like, why did they record 2 separate voice lines?
It sounds like 2 actors as well.
Right, it sounds like 2 different people.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, so there's that one, and then there's the deeper ones.
Right, so with all of these instants, we're going to be triggering a lot of fast waves. We have 1 firepower plant, and the rest is instants. To put it into perspective a little bit. Right, using a bonus walnut here to get a bit of mower value if we can. Okay, unlucky. We're gonna have to use the squash to protect this potato mine, keep it alive.
More like smoosh. Nice.
Oh, this is the mini games. That's
got the
another
fake-
category that you can learn in this game.
We got the fake diamond.
Yeah, it sounds like a diamond when you get it, but it really isn't. Right, zombies will start spawning in the pool now. They can only do that past, like, wave 6. Sometimes they can spawn on wave 6, but that's a layer.
Oh wow, very nice spawn here.
Yeah, walnut paying off.
And because we do have those 2 diamonds, Scion is allowed to get away with a lot more sacrifice.
Yeah. The best case scenario would be to leave the potato mine there, but my goal of not having that pool zombie be there was achieved. So it's not the end of the world.
Unfortunately, only got one of those zombies with that potato mine down there, but it was the most important one out of the 2, so.
Yeah. Now we just need to catch up a bit on our repeaters. Make sure every zombie dies and doesn't need our sunflowers. And then after we do a bit of that, then the fun begins where we can start to get instant waves.
And so now all of our sun production is almost finished being set up. And
yeah, just instantly target any cone heads you see, any bucket heads you see, just any high HP zombies you see.
And instantly killing some normal zombies also helps, depending on what the wave is, because you are still trying to deal 50% of the wave, and the cone head isn't going to always be 50% of the wave. So any instant kill, it's about dealing with a percentage of the wave, not a flat amount. So
yeah, Squash can kill multiple zombies in one space, by the way. Let's show that off.
Yep. Beautifully done. Oh wow, you you spawned that wave so fast that you dealt with that last wave so fast that actually the zombies weren't allowed to spawn yet.
Yeah. There was a minimum like time for zombies to spawn. So they cannot spawn sooner than 2 seconds, 6 seconds rather.
Yeah, so anytime that you see that there's no zombies on the screen and it's not the huge wave spawning, that's a good thing, because that means that we dealt with the previous wave fast enough for the game to not be allowed to spawn anything else yet.
Okay, this wave is going to be a bit slow just because we got a lot of bad ambush zombies. These zombies that spawned just from the pool. I'm gonna have to target this back one. They died very close to the same time.
We will not.
The 3-peater will not be used because repeater is just better.
We'll introduce the 3-peater on 310. That's whenever we actually start using it.
Yeah.
And the only time we do.
We are forced to in that level because we can't choose our plants.
So you might notice that the plant selection has not changed between levels. Right now, this is just the best plant selection possible.
Yeah, we will use this plant selection for a few more levels after this, like 5 to 6.
Just one plant changes, and that's because we get a new one that outclasses Walnut for the purposes of us as speedrunners. And once we do, I will point out how funny it is.
Yeah, even though the plant selections are not going to change, the strats definitely will because we're going to deal with different types of zombies. One of which being the snorkel zombie, which gets introduced on this level. It is a zombie that jumps into the pool and cannot be targeted until it goes up for air.
That's definitely true, Spengrantus. However, also consider the Gatling Peak.
Okay, Walnut is really helping out. I think I underestimate Walnut's usefulness.
And it's funny because
Getting mower value is just really good for pastimes.
it's funny because on the console version of the game, there's a very rare chance that a zombie can be allergic to walnuts. And what that means is that as soon as it bites into it, it has an allergic reaction and dies. So in the console version of the game, it actually can be used as a separate instant on like the rare occasion that it actually happens. So a task of the console version would definitely include the walnut as a separate instant. And I think that's very
One
funny.
caveat is that if you want to do the walnut stalling for the mower, it's possible for it to just not work at all.
Yeah, I've had that happen before on console runs of mine, and it's very annoying.
Alright, since we are so wealthy, we can just let any of these lawnmowers go and not have to worry about the 50 coins that we lose for doing that.
We love good money.
So
picks.
the mowers will fall into the pool, logically.
However, it still acts upon that 2-wave rule from before.
So yeah,
So-
that's a snorkel zombie.
So no zombies are going to spawn there yet.
Walnut there.
No zombies are going to spawn there yet. However,
We
it
might
is not
actually
going
be
to kill
not
the whole
doing
game.
well. Like, I think I need more sun is the issue. Okay, I like this wave. This gives me
Yeah.
time to reestablish my defenses.
Yeah, that should slow it down enough for you. Hopefully. And what's
now
nice
we can
here,
use the walnut to deal damage to the snorkel all the time instead of like trying to use like lily pads and sunflowers for it.
yeah, typically you don't get the walnut on this level because you do have the seed slot later. However, having the walnut on this level is very helpful because it allows you to deal with snorkels a lot easier. As well as the extra mower value. Oh, wow.
Okay, that's gonna kill both of them. And then there's... Okay, that was very fast.
Very nice.
One caveat, I do not have squash available for the final wave. So we're gonna have to play around that.
However, depending on how fast this final wave is, squash may be back up. But hopefully we deal with it fast enough to where we won't need it.
You tried your best, buddy.
Tried your best. And
Anyway,
here's
this is
Tangle Kelp.
Tangle Kelp.
Tangle
Tangle
Kelp
Kelp is the same concept as squash, but aquatic.
and that is what is going to replace our walnut here.
Yeah.
So now I would like you to direct your attention to the seed belt really quick. I would just like to point out what our plant selection is here. So we have one utility plant, which is our lily pad. We have one sun producer, which is our sunflower, and we have one form of permanent defense, which is our repeater. We have a squash, which is a one-time insta-kill. We have a tangle kelp, which is a one-time insta-kill. Which we have a potato mine, which is a one-time insta-kill. We have a cherry bomb, which is a one-time AOE insta-kill. And we have our chomper, which is a low cooldown single target insta-kill.
Yeah.
our entire seed selection is insta kills. This pool is the epitome of speedrunning this game. You are not going to see another set of levels that leans into the speedrunning spirit as much as pool does. This is the strategy we're going to be using until the last level of pool as well. These plants, this combination of plants is just the best combination possible.
There's enough space to kill that cone head with the way I put that repeater.
Yeah, and so you see Scion
It's gonna look
pre-planting.
very close though.
You see Scion pre-planting these Tangle Kelps in the pool, and that's going to help us for once the zombies actually do start spawning in the pool. Like the earlier levels, it's not going to be nearly as stressful because we can just count on our Tangle Kelps insta-killing them, as opposed to us having to try and get down
zombies,
a lily
instead
pad.
of being bad, are going to be good because of the existence of Tangle Kelp.
Yeah, so instead of us trying to fret around and worry about some zombies spawning in the pool in inopportune times, we instead are happy to see them spawn there instead of being split among awkward places.
That's incredible. Awesome. Okay. That's just I don't know what to say about that. That's just hitboxes working well.
Yeah, the pole vaulter's hitboxes are very well programmed.
Well, actually, we have the source code, and I checked. That's intended.
Awesome.
And I cannot believe that. Someone made the conscious decision to make it so that interaction can happen.
Wow, another bucket head.
The more bucket heads, the better.
Another? Nope. Honestly,
Wait,
not
pole
too
vaulters.
terrible. Honestly, not too terrible spawns, actually. I would much prefer this over 2 cone heads in this scenario
True.
because there's nothing for us to really insta-kill them with. Yeah, and so now you're
cleared
gonna
up all
see
the jumping plants in that so that the double repeaters can deal damage faster.
Yeah, so now you're gonna see Scion planting double repeaters here, which is going to dish out a lot of damage very fast. As we said before, repeaters are
Also,
powerhouses.
I keep forgetting to put down more sunflowers. I hope that doesn't become a bigger issue later.
And this is Ninth Wave.
Yeah.
And this is our first 3 flag level here, so this level is going to be a good bit longer than most of the levels up to this point.
The zombies will also have increased numbers.
Yeah, so how the spawning works in this game is that every 3 waves, the amount of wave points increases, and the wave points are essentially what the game can spend to spawn zombies. Each zombie has its own different wave point cost. Normal zombies being the base amount of 1, coneheads being 2, etc., so on and so forth. And certain waves will break that rule whenever guaranteed spawns are happening. Like on 1.8 when it spawned the bucket head on the 6th wave, that typically cannot happen in a normal level.
Put a repeater there, why not? A little funny. I mean, it will be valuable, because the projectiles are just right there. And I'm gonna try to put a tangle kill where ambush zombies will spawn. So that we can try to kill those immediately. You can also accomplish that by putting chompas there. Alright, we don't have to worry about much here. Very fast.
Very nice final wave there.
Alright, so Crazy Dave is back selling us some stuff. So what we purchased was the Lake, which is an instant kill to the first zombie of any level. It lasts for 3 levels. So we basically buy it every 3 levels except for 1 level to make it sync up with something else that'll come up later. Yeah, all of the zombies are a bit small now. Kind of weird.
I don't know what you're talking about. They look normal to me.
Alright, so this is half auto scroller because you can speed it up by triggering the 50% rule. It's just the 50% rule automatically triggers very fast. So most of the time save here is going to be from killing the 9th wave with 2 cherry bombs as soon as it spawns. So for that I will need to count waves, and I'm forgetting to, so I'm going to have to guess for this one.
Oops. Nah, they're fine. It's just a matter of perspective. We're doing so well, they appear small to our super smart Chad brains. Exactly.
Exactly. I think next wave is 9. I am wrong in that conjecture. So I've lost
Wrong.
a bit of time. I'll try to count for this flag though, so EZP can catch up on commentary.
Yeah, while Sion's counting here, I'm just gonna try and fill you in on a couple things here. So yeah, this level kind of auto scroller, like Sion said, it's just gonna be a lot of well-timed cherry bomb placements, trying to make fast decisions based on where all the wave points are. For the rest of pool, we're going to be using the same seed selection up until 3-9, and it's interesting because while we are using the same seed selection, based on the length of the level and also what zombies spawn, you're going to see a lot of strategy changes coming up. And now that we have Rake, a big strategy change is going to come to the beginning of each level. Now that we have
I think I miscounted. Uh-oh.
But now that we have the Rake, we're essentially going to be able to deal with an extra wave and allow our setup to be put on a different
Okay, I guessed
timer.
that. I'm proud of that. I just guessed what wave it would be.
And I'll explain it a little more in depth once we get there. But it's interesting how just the addition of one small thing, such as the Rake, changes the rest of the levels so much.
Alright. So we unlock the jalapeno, we don't use it until way later. And that is the Zomboni. Get it? How I get it? It's like Zamboni, but
I don't think I
piloted
get
by
it.
a zombie.
All right, so I'll explain
Yeah,
the
you
joke
see
for
the
those of you
lake-
that don't get it, because
The
comedy
lake
really
is
funny when
over
you
here,
explain it.
so guaranteed that the zombie spawns there, so any sunflower position that isn't... I can put my sunflowers anywhere, actually, because it will die.
Yeah, and so what the Rake allows us to do now
Same with
is
the potato line.
now we know exactly where the first zombie is going to spawn every time.
Yeah. And
And
it will
so-
instantly die, as if I used like the column 7 squash that you see me use in the other levels.
And so now what that allows us to do is
So
we can
now-
plant our first potato mine elsewhere and
We
start.
can put a squash down, like in
Yep.
the 9th column immediately, and just
And
save that
so-
for a future wave.
And so
and
now
then
we're
get
able to
potato
get
kills out.
4 different instants out before the next zombie spawns.
If you're a casual player of this game, this looks like insanity. This looks like you do not know what you're doing.
However, just this one rake has allowed us to get 4 different instants out before the 3rd zombie even spawns, and now we have a potential to deal with up to 4 total waves instantly and immediately extra that we did not before.
Yeah, this was very good, by the way.
Very, very good spawns.
I will let this guy go too. That arm's in time.
Ooh. Beautiful.
Like, you can see how fast this is.
Spicy.
Right, now this is 9th wave, but I'm going to make it a little bit slow. Because there is a risk of, if you go too fast, you will not be prepared for the future waves because of how the difficulty ramps up.
Right, like as you can see right now, Scion does not have full sun and only 1 repeater. Going into the 2nd flag like that would have been
Also, that
detrimental.
potato mine was kind of a waste since I could have just used the mower. Just a small misplay there.
However, we are now able to just put the potato mine in that row because 15 seconds will pass. That's a lot of normal zombies. Oh my god. Yep, and here we have that.
We just eat the Zamboni because that's a normal thing that you do in your everyday life.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The chomper definitely has a mouth big enough to eat the entire Zamboni.
In one bite, though.
In one bite.
Seems a little sus.
No. Just unhinge your jaw.
Fair enough. Hadn't considered that.
Just do it.
Anyway, the Zamboni can spawn one more time in the 9th wave. So we do want that because it is fast. It's kind of like getting a football spawn.
Unfortunate.
You can get an instant wave out of it.
Also, so there is another type of zombie that starts spawning on this level. We just are not going to see it. It's called the bobsled zombie. Now, the bobsled zombie only spawns on the ice trails of the Zombonis. And since we're killing them instantly, we don't get to see the ice trail of the Zomboni. If the ice trail is long enough, then bobsleds can spawn. And the wave right after the Zomboni spawns, the game will try to spawn a bobsled sometimes. And bobsleds have 4 zombies instead of 3. And they are worth the same amount of wave points as 3 normal zombies. So it will actually increase the amount of zombies in the wave by 1. And just cause
This
it
is
to be
very good, by the way.
slightly slower wave when that does happen.
I'm pre-planning a Trompa in 9th column to hopefully get the Zamboni. And it did spawn there. That was luck.
You have gotten literally almost every single normal zombie that you possibly could on this level.
Yeah. Although some of them are technically bobsled zombies because
Yeah.
they have a wave tier of 3, but 4 regular zombies is a wave tier of 4, so it looks like more regular zombies than usual.
Right.
Right, this is 3-7. So next level we need to rebuy Lake.
Yeah, so this level, so what you're gonna see is you're gonna see a couple patterns. Not necessarily with our gameplay, but with what the game expects you to do. So the game introduced the Zomboni in a 2 flag level, and it was guaranteed to spawn on the first wave of the 2nd flag.
11th wave.
Or the 11th wave. Now for this level, it's 3 flags, and Zombonis are just now allowed to spawn normally. And they gave us a counter to it, which is the spikeweed. The spikeweed typically will pop. It will deal damage to zombies that walk over it, or it will pop the tires of a Zomboni or other vehicle that rolls onto it. However...
Very unlucky, by the way.
Oh, wow.
3 of the first zombies in the same row leaves us no instance for the 4th, 5th, and 6th wave.
Yes. However, we can get a cone head in the next wave, which is ideal because that will allow us to then not have the detriments that is being presented here, hopefully. And we
Okay,
do,
nice.
but it is in the wrong row.
Well, I don't know if I even want molar value anymore. Too much time has passed. Yeah, I'll just sleep heal it.
All right, and
Put a squash down to try to make up for the lost instance.
yeah, so what
It
the
has
game,
a cooldown of 30 seconds, so I should be allowed to do that.
so what the game tries to do
I am
is
wrong, and I must pay for my hubris.
Is it will try to push you in the direction of using the new plants that you have just received to counter the new zombies that they have introduced. However, we don't care what the game wants us to do, and we're just gonna do whatever we want.
We'll speed on this.
And so while we did get the spike weed, and while it is a direct counter to the Zomboni, we're just gonna use chompers and squashes and cherry bombs instead because it's faster.
Yeah. It's another option when we have enough options, basically.
If you would like to see a run that does actually use spikeweed in it, I recommend watching a New Game Plus speedrun instead. It's a little bit longer. It's a playthrough of the game on the second plus playthrough, which is very different from the first playthrough. And it has a lot of different. It has a very different strategy than the any percent playthrough for sure.
This wave is not very convenient. So yeah, Cherry is basically used for any of those waves that we do call not convenient.
Yeah, so what you saw Scion just do there is you saw Scion put down a chomper and then a potato mine in front of it. And you may have seen him do this a couple times before. But the chomper only has a range of one tile in front of it. However, whenever something in front of it is being eaten up to a tile and a half away, its range is then extended to be able to protect that plant. So sometimes you'll see Scion use that to his advantage to try and extend the insta-kill range of that chomper, and therefore its effectiveness.
Very fast 19th. Alright, let's see what we get here. That's a bucket head in that low, so... Oh damn, I wasn't able to save that lily pad. That's fine. We have enough damage to kill it, and there's so many other zombies in the wave that there's no pressing need to kill it. Oh, here's a Zomboni. We lose our potato mine, but it's a fast wave regardless. Okay, that was me misclicking off the game. And accidentally putting it in a different part of the screen. Misclicks are real in this game. Beware of them. I'll just do that.
The Zombonis are strong with this one.
Yeah. The higher HP zombies we get, the more damage we can instantly deal to them. So Zombonis fit the bill for that. I thought that was 9.
Well, you thought wrong.
Alright, let's try to set up the huge wave. I don't think we ever mentioned, but mushrooms from the night levels are asleep during the day, so we can't use them.
Yeah, so if you were wondering why we didn't bring our amazingly overpowered Doomshroom into these levels, it's because we literally can't.
Yeah. We can, it just won't do anything.
Yeah, no benefit to us right now.
Alright, this is Torchwood. We will be using it in the next level since this is a 2-flag level. This is the introduction of the Dolphin Glider Zombie. It's restock on our lake. And then same plant selection. What
Yeah,
the Dolphin
so
Glider is basically the equivalent of the pole vaulter, but aquatic. But
yeah, so
since we have squash and tangle kelp and cherry and stuff like that, it's not as big of an issue, especially because it can spawn later.
he's also insanely fast.
Yeah.
Like, can
Also,
clear
the
the
dolphin is a zombie.
can clear the entire pool in like what 2 seconds,
Not 2 seconds, 4 seconds, I believe.
4 seconds. Basically, way
4 to
faster
5.
than any other zombie.
Yeah. I think it is the fastest one.
Yeah, and the fastest land one is Pogo, I believe.
I don't know. I was off the top of my head. I would have to test. But regardless. So what the Torchwood does is it boosts the damage of all P-type plants and projectiles. So it doubles the damage and adds a splash damage effect, which is very valuable, but not for a level this short. Okay, the start of this level is going way better. Also put a squash down there. Because I expect both pool zombies and that potato mine to get a lot of value. But not this. This is all of our instants being used in one wave.
Unfortunate.
This is what we like to call the Womack triple.
The mech triple.
Yeah.
If Warmech's still here, then I blame him fully.
I'll just use a cherry for that. That's 9th wave. Okay, good moa value.
Mower moment.
Guaranteed spawn for the dolphin here. Okay, this might be hard to actually get properly.
Nope.
Okay. Hey, this is unideal. Like, you see how fast it is? Like, I did not have the resources to be able to deal with that.
Ooh.
And it happens again.
Honestly, this is not good.
Don't spawn
Another
again.
one. Another one. Well, you could have dealt with another one. You do a tangle club.
Right, true.
There is another way to deal with them. It's kind of funny, actually. So the dolphin zombie can be eaten by the chomper while it is still outside of the pool. There's a very small window for it to be able to happen.
I'll try to go for it for this wave. Okay, it didn't spawn.
No dolphin here, but if the chomper, basically, if the chomper is pre-planted or you somehow react fast enough, which takes a lot of training, the chomper can immediately eat the dolphin zombie before it even goes through its animation of entering the water, which actually saves a good bit of time.
Yeah, here it is.
See right there? You don't have to go through the whole animation of it.
And I believe that was
throwing
9th wave,
itself
too.
into the water. So it not only saves time by immediately taking care of most of the wave, it also saves time because it just cuts out that whole animation.
Okay, this is going to be tricky to deal with.
I
No,
think that
not
would
what
be
I
a
wanted to
tangle
happen.
kelp. Oh, you have cherry bomb up there? Yeah.
Then wait for that to die, and then chomp it. Okay.
It's
So
just Hollow
Karma is
Knight.
supposed to be a counter to dolphins and pole vaulters and stuff. We don't use them.
Yeah, as you can see, the pattern continues. We are given a zombie, which we kind of have a counter to, and then we are immediately given the actual counter to it, or the intended counter, and then we don't use it.
Yeah. So yeah, 3-9 with Rot Torchwood, and dropped it for Potato Mine. There's a bunch of different like schools of thoughts of how you should incorporate Torchwood, or if you should incorporate Torchwood at all. There's like 3 plant selections that both are correct, which is not ideal because it makes discussion about this level very hard.
Yeah, so this strategy, I feel, is the best case scenario strategy, where if you do get a really good first flag with it, then this is the best strategy. It's very aggressive.
You can opt to replace the Cherry Bomb with the Potato Mine, which makes the first flag a lot safer. Or you can drop the Torchwood to get a Potato Mine.
Yeah, all of these strats have their own strengths and weaknesses. Bringing Potato Mine at all makes the first flag very safe and easy. Bringing Cherry Bomb at all helps with huge waves a lot, and also with awkward waves, where you don't necessarily have the correct placements or firepower to deal with it. And Torchwood is just a really, really good option to strengthen your repeaters and deal with a lot of zombies at once consistently. So yeah, they each will have their own strengths and weaknesses, and so they are each as viable as the other. It's really just a matter of opinion.
Yeah. Pole
However, this
vaulters
is the
can't
correct
spawn
one.
here, and if they spawn, I will scream or something like that.
Yeah, and you do
Something
have
along those lines,
Squash
you know?
here, but too many pole vaulters in the first flag can absolutely devastate this setup.
It seems to be on pace to not get any pole vaulters at all, which is a huge sigh of relief for me. Like, this is nice, so I'll just use the squash to clear that up. This is not 9, I have been misinformed. But since I brought Cherry Bomb, the pole vaulter is not an actual issue here. If I get at least just one of them.
All right, and because we brought Torchwood, our strategy is going to include a lot of repeaters here, and so repeaters are actually going to be kind of at the top of our priority list for placements whenever it comes to decision making. So if there's a choice between instantly killing something and dealing with the wave really fast because of it, or putting down a repeater and dealing with it slightly slower, the repeater might actually be the better option in that case, just because of the fact that we are then going to increase our power later in the level because of that decision earlier in the level. It's just forward thinking like that, where you think ahead, and you can't always be thinking of the now. You have to be thinking of, how are my decisions going to impact later in this level, or even just the next wave. How is it going to impact that? Because a mistake now can affect the next wave immediately, and then you can just have a snowball of bad effects because of that one decision that you made. And so a lot of it is knowing what your possible outcomes are and being able to react based on your initial thought process, and just refining that thought process.
I think this is 8th wave, so that decision was okay.
Ooh, I like this.
Alright, so could be doing better when it comes to getting torches out, but we have a lot of repeaters as well.
Typically, the rule of thumb is if you are going to put down a second, if you can put down a second repeater in a lane, instead put down a Torchwood, because it not only doubles the damage as if there were another repeater in lane, it also gives it splash damage, so it's just the better option.
Hi, Zamboni.
Bye, Zamboni. And so here you're going to see these repeaters start just absolutely demolishing waves.
Yeah.
Even cone heads are not even are not scary anymore. And honestly, in some scenarios, bucket heads are not even something to worry about.
Yeah, like here.
Yeah,
Just
so
keep
you
it alive.
can watch these repeaters just absolutely melt through that bucket head in 2 tiles.
That was close.
I love that their squished picture is just the picture like flattened and turned. Oh, that was 9.
That was a unideal 9, but again, just a small thing. Very fast final wave as well because of our strategy. Alright, so this is 310. We finally get to use the 3-peater. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to think it was like a really good plant. I was what kids are, stupid.
It's okay. It's an okay.
Yeah.
And as you saw there, we did get a cone head in that
Spike weed as
row. We did get a cone head in that rake row, which is really nice for us here because
Yeah.
that means an instant first wave for us.
Scared of that Torchwood dying? Okay,
No,
we're
it's
good.
fine.
That would have died if I didn't put the spike weed down. So yeah, bucket heads can spawn here, so we want to save all of the instant plants we're getting to kill those.
Yeah, what's really nice about the spike weeds is that they also deal damage to all zombies that walk over top of it. So that is a little bit of AoE while we're missing Torchwoods in these rows. And you can also use the tall nuts here to stall those zombies on top
Yeah,
of the
we just
spike
don't
weed.
have enough damage. Not have a Torchwood there. Tall nut there.
Yeah, once you get later into this level, you have so much damage that bucket heads don't even survive past the first tile. And so here you're seeing Scion put down tall nuts in the 8th column. And you might be wondering why not the 9th column, like with the snorkels. And the reason being, because here actually, Dolphin Rider zombies have, much like the pole vaulter, a forward hitbox.
Oh, here's the
here's the
bobsled
bobsled.
zombie. We got to show them.
Here's the bobsled team.
They just light in and then get their sled destroyed.
So Dolphin zombies, like the pole vaulters, have a forward hitbox. And what that means is that whenever they jump
Oh my god.
whenever they jump into the pool, they actually are at the end of that 9th column. And so they will then be past it according to the game. So if the tall nuts were in the 9th column, they would actually just go right past them instead of having to try and jump over them. It's a little annoying to deal with, but you know, it's just a small thing.
Alright, so all we really need at this point is just more 3-peaters. That would make the level faster at this point. And at this point, just demanipulate tall nuts and stuff torchwoods as well. Like, we need only 6 torchwoods, so when we get more, it's kind of like useless. Okay, we're running out of space, so I will put down 1 spikeweed, which is kind of risky. Because we want to save those for where the Zombonis spawn. I'll also just use that jalapeno so we can get all of this out. Yeah, also, I'll just put down a Taunt. The space is more valuable than the demanipulation.
Yeah, just think about it, Axel Looper. Say there was like a really juicy burger or something that you really wanted. I don't know. Well, we'll just like compare it to that. Say there was just like a really nice burger like that you saw. However, it was underneath like a lot of broccoli, and say you hate broccoli, but this is the best burger ever to exist. Are you gonna eat through that broccoli, or are you just gonna let the burger sit there? Honestly,
Like 2 Zombonis in 1 spot, it actually kills all of them.
I love watching that interaction.
But use these squashes we got to deal with the remainders. And now we have Puff Shroom, but aquatic, because we are entering Backyard Night. With one more slight change. We don't have Lake here because the fog is coming.
Mac, I don't know if being vegetarian makes the analogy work anymore. So we're gonna assume that you're not vegetarian in this situation. Because
it's the best pile of spaghetti you've ever tasted.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
So yeah, the gimmick is we can't see the zombies, which makes it kind of hard to put Puff Shrooms and stuff where they are. We basically have to guess.
At least for this level.
Yeah. Later on, we utilize a strat that gives us access to knowing where the first zombie spawns, and through that we can know where every zombie spawns. 2 in the same row, by the way.
And not too terrible.
A lot of knowing where they are is audio cues. You can see the head of this guy popping through the top of the fog.
And there's a couple spots in the fog where you can actually see like the zombie's eye or the zombie's top of their head if you're really
Fun fact about those, they are actually determined by RNG. Because each of these fog sprites, I guess, is randomly rotated and stuff.
Oh, there's the Jack-in-the-Box zombie who you may not get to see.
Oh, you can definitely perceive him.
There he is.
His classic tune.
Oh, there's his box. He fell over.
Yeah. So his gimmick is he's really fast and crazy, so he's always spinning a Jack-in-the-Box.
Well, see, here's the thing, Axel Looper, is that when flipping the analogy, the problem is that as someone who eats meat, I can eat broccoli and be fine. As someone who is a vegetarian, your body can't really digest meat the same way anymore. So it would kind of be really like, no, I'm not going to eat through that for a bunch of the eggplant parmesan because it will make me violently ill. So the obvious answer in that situation is always no.
By the way, Doomshroom is back, so we can instantly deal with the wave.
I just want to say that from a health perspective, that is why the analogy does not work in the opposite direction.
Yeah. So we just unlocked a plant that gives us sight, and we're also going to buy the lake. And we're not going to use the lake for its intended purpose. Instead, we're going to... While it's pulling in the fog, it does show us where the lake is, and then we can use that to know where the first zombie spawns. So we're putting 2 Puff Shrooms in that. We're basically spawn camping them. Like, think back to COD.
I just realized I have 150,000 channel points for really, really long-a-thon.
Damn. Yeah, once you get like the double puff shroom in that low, then the cooldown will work out so you can put a puff shroom in every other low and then be fine. So that's the main reason why we do that. The lake is still there, by the way. We haven't used it for its intended purpose.
Yeah, and so now, not only did we get that extra information just from buying the rake, now we have potentially a
Oh,
much
let's use
faster
the
way.
lake here.
Yeah, like right here. Because we don't have enough sun for the squash to instantly kill this conehead, so instead, we're just going to let him go to the rake
Yeah,
and let that
did a
do it
flip.
for us.
So yeah, Plantain is just revealing the fog where we put them. There's 2 optimal spots for Plantain. So we're gonna do that every time.
Technically, you can get away with 1, but it costs the same and is in a less good, and they're in less good spots for your offense. So
Yeah, like if you put it in the pool.
yeah, but that's a little expensive and harder to defend.
So yeah, the reason why we bring this plant that all it does for us is make things visible is because sight is the basis of your decision making. So if you can't see what you're doing, it's very hard to make fast decisions. So it just saves time in that aspect. So yeah, now I'm preparing the pool because the pool is going to be under-defended because Sea Shroom has a slow cooldown.
Yeah, we didn't really introduce Sea Shroom in the last level, but Sea Shroom is essentially just Puff Shroom for the pool and with a slower cooldown because there are less spots to put it down in. So if it had a higher cooldown, it would be a little bit unbalanced. As you can see, just because the Doom Shroom goes off in the pool does not make it exempt from the
there's
crater.
still a crater. It's just an aquatic crater. Can't plant there.
Nope, I don't want that.
It has that kind of vibe. Also, there was a football zombie on this level. 19th wave, same as before.
Yeah, so we are going to be saving the squash because if you don't have the squash and you do get the football, it's extremely slow. If you do have the squash and you get the football, then it's very, very fast. So it's just...
Yeah. Do we get it or not?
If you get it, good. If you don't get it, whatever.
Yeah, we didn't get it. Look at this army. Damn. And to think that all of them are scared.
Scared army. Rise up, scared gamers. And there's that football zombie.
Yeah. Alright. Very quick wave. Here is the cactus.
Cactus
so
is
the
the best
balloon
play in the
zombie
game.
is being introduced here.
Cactus is so
Counter
good, and I'm not just
is
saying
the
that.
cactus. However, we do not bring the cactus. What the balloon zombie does is float over all of our defenses. So it needs something that can shoot it out of the sky and like pull it back down to Earth.
All right, out of the sky.
However, it is faster because cactus is 125 sun. To let it die to the mower because for some reason it just can die to the mower despite flying over it. This game makes sense sometimes.
Oh, I think I heard the rake get used.
Yeah, sometimes a zombie's corpse can walk over the lake and like trigger it. Not much we can do in that situation.
Look at this. You got a triple spawn. This is actually just so good because you doubled that with the puff shrooms because of the rake. So it's like it doesn't matter.
That was very good RNG. This conehead here is slow though. Don't have any mushrooms to deal with it. So I have to build that up.
Alright, got 2 normal zombies here, which is ideal.
So in a few ways we'll see the balloon zombie. It spawns with another zombie, so if we kill that one zombie, that'll trigger the 50% rule, except the balloon zombie has 1 extra hit point, so it requires RNG to trigger the next wave.
Alright, we
did
got
get
it.
the right RNG.
We got it.
The reason
that
it
does not
requires
work.
RNG. I have made a
Yeah, you
misplay.
can't use that either.
Yeah, scared shroom get scared of the balloon zombie.
Oh, okay, you're fine.
Okay, more value here to deal with the regular zombie and then squash. So yeah, the reason why there's a chance that doesn't work is because the 50% rule is randomized between 35 to 50% of the wave. So if it is exactly 50, then it will not work. This Doom is going to be very... Okay, that was very close. Could have played that.
On these fog levels, it's going to sometimes get a little tight with sun.
Yeah. No. Do the right plan selections, please. So, lake in the 5th row. You can even see it. Just that hole.
Thank you, fog. Bless up. Oh, and so now we have the blower, which blows away the fog and also balloon zombies, instantly killing them whenever it does.
Get introduced to the cactus, which is like one of the worst plants in the game balance-wise, and then we immediately get something that's like actually better than it.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because in order to put a cactus in every lane, including the pool plus a lily pad cost, it's 800 sun. You will most likely never use 8 blowers in a single level, meaning that it's never worth it to take cactus over blower.
Yeah.
Never.
Despite its intended purpose of dealing with the balloon zombies.
It's just worse at it. I personally think it would be really, really funny if the squash could also deal with the balloon zombies, but that's just me. I mean, it already jumps up. It already jumps up. I don't see why it couldn't just jump up a little higher, you know?
Yeah, because we are bringing Blover to deal with the fog, we have to spend the first flag completely in fog, and you can see how that kind of makes it slower. Because I have no idea where the hell anyone is.
Yeah, it's pretty much guesswork.
Like, what happened there? I don't know.
Like, sometimes a zombie just comes out of the fog, and you're like, how did this happen? Yeah. I have no idea what went down for these events to be taking place currently.
Yeah, what happened to bottom row? Is it good?
Something bad.
Something diabolical?
Absolutely diabolical.
Anyway. Okay, we did get a balloon zombie, which obligates us to use Blover, so we don't have to waste it. Now we can actually see what was going on. I guess everything just got eaten.
Oh.
No way to tell. There's also dolphins in this level. So we want to hope for as few of them as possible because our only solution is Tangle Kelp.
Yeah. Balloon zombies are pretty good.
Yeah, using a Blover instantly kills all of the hit points they have.
Yeah, in fact, if you can get away without using one immediately, it's nice not to, because then you can get more value out of it in multiple waves. Unlike the cactus.
Yeah. Just gonna walk pie.
And there you go. There's some value.
Bye.
And it does not matter if the blover is in front of the balloon zombie or not, as you saw right there. It's just
It is just a full screen wipe.
anywhere on the screen.
Wait, isn't that 9? Not 9,
Nope.
okay.
No dolphins?
This is 9, though. No dolphins, yeah. Very lucky.
Wow.
Because dolphins are bad in this level.
Well, I think I got a 404 on this level. Because I got no dolphins and I only got balloon zombies every other wave.
So yeah, this dolphin is
like-
guaranteed because all zombies are guaranteed.
Yeah, and the
Oh,
final
we unlocked the taco, which is the best plant in the game.
Yeah, so the taco
That's
actually
so
does
powerful.
something really interesting where it gives you a diamond immediately.
Yeah, because it's the best plant in the game, Crazy Dave immediately takes this from us. Because he's able to financially compensate us for it.
It would be just too powerful, actually.
Yeah. So this is Vase Flaker. It's a very different sort of game. But I seem to be playing it very well. Holy. Okay. This has a dancer zombie that can potentially spawn.
Oh,
So
get him.
let's see if we
Let's
get the
go.
quick count on it.
You got it. You got him.
Nice.
Buckethead always beats that.
Yeah, it's just like how Lock beats scissors.
That was
Very
pretty
quick.
close for
Oh
fun.
my god. I wish I caught that in my runs. God damn it.
And so you saw that Scion just bought the rake, but he's going to buy it again because it actually used all 3 instances of the rake.
Yeah. We're also skipping Scaredy for the potato mine because of the new zombie. The digger zombie digs under the level and then tries to get at our backline of sunflowers. However, potato mine is an underground plant. So it can both eat the potato mine and get killed by the potato mine even when it's underground. So
which
we'll
makes-
try to do a prediction for that.
Which makes Potato Mine invaluable here because otherwise you have to wait for the digger zombie to go all the way to the other side of the level,
Yeah.
which is extremely slow. But that was 5. Those were 5.
The prediction is very hard to do though because we only have 4 possible lanes to it.
Oh, that's a double row 5.
Ooh, triple row 5.
And we did do testing. No, the rake does not work on the digger zombie. Because
I
he is
wish it
underground. If it did, then this level would kind of be a lot more consistent. Funny enough. Oh, that means digger zombies coming.
Okay,
Yep.
in the top row. That's
Hey,
unfortunate.
that's the rake row. Go on, show him. It doesn't work. See? See?
And I do not have the sun to be able to squash it immediately. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, you're going very fast in this level.
Okay.
Ooh, go
Lucky
ahead on the
there.
potato mine. Let's go. Yes, and also because the digger zombie can eat the potato mine while it's underground, we're actually going to use that to our advantage in the final wave to stall the digger zombie, and so that way we can use our doom in a bit more of a beneficial timing to us.
Right, that was a slow 9th wave.
Yeah, and so here you're gonna see Scion do that.
Yeah,
Potato
let's
mine
see what
stalling.
row it's in. Yeah, let's just put the potato mine there. It's gonna start eating. So we can wait for all zombies to appear on screen. And then keep that digger stuck in place.
Honestly,
That's
wait, the digger,
Starfruit, by the way, my favorite plant in the game.
the digger's probably
But we
the
don't use
fastest
it
land
too
zombie.
much in the speedrun.
Would you? Yeah, the digger's probably the fastest land zombie then. Now that I
Yeah.
think about it.
Alright, so
just-
this is one of the worst designed levels in the game. We have both diggers and bucket heads. So
And no
we are
real
being
offense
forced to
solution.
win Chomper, basically.
Yeah,
So we're gonna need a lot of sun to be able to afford that, and I don't know how feasible that is.
we have both, and the only offered solution that we've been given so far is, oh, here's plants that can shoot backwards. But that
Yeah.
doesn't help us in a speed run. Because we don't want to wait for the digger to go all the way to the back. We want to deal with the digger immediately as soon as it starts existing.
Yeah, so basically, our only thing for that is the Doom, though. So, no matter what, a Digger zombie spawning on this level is just slow. And you can't do anything about it. Very high amount of RNG in this level. It used to be more RNG because we did a separate strat where you brought Squash. So there was a chance for a Buckethead to spawn in between your Squash cooldown.
Yeah,
But I'm glad that strategy is out of use now.
this strategy is a lot more consistent. I would consider there is another strategy where instead of Scaredy, you bring Squash. And it's not consistent, but it can be very fast in the best case scenario. That is what I would call a best case scenario strategy, and I would definitely not consider taking it all the time. If you value consistency in your runs. However, if you do need to squeak out that extra little bit of time, I would consider it on your end. Go ahead and
This is going to be very slow, but it might let us get more sun out.
Yeah, a lot of the strategies that you see Scion here are not necessarily deemed the fastest. For some of them, they are definitely going to be the safest as we are in a marathon setting, or at least as safe as you can be. There are definitely some strategies that are always going to be on the
Okay,
risky
so
side.
there's the first bucket.
And
I'm
because
gonna
there
keep
are a
it
bunch
alive
of
because
normal
of the amount
zombies.
of regular zombies, and I want to save my son.
Yeah, as you can see on this level, we have to balance our spacing with our sun production a lot here. And so that's going to cut out room for our scaredy shrooms, but also sometimes we're going to have to dig up our sun shrooms in order to save some time.
Okay, this is the last time to use a Doom, basically, so let's use it now.
Pretty good time to use Doom. 2 cone heads is
But
sucky.
if we get a Digger zombie at this point, it's going to be slow no matter what we think about it.
Yeah. If it's the 9th wave, then it's just really bad. If it's any other wave at this point, there is a chance that we can proc the 50% roll off of whatever other zombies spawn with it.
Okay.
Nice, we
Came
got
back.
to reuse the chomper. You don't typically get to see that happen. And all right,
That's ninth wave.
nice.
Okay.
No diggers.
Very lucky. Very lucky. Could have gone way worse.
And that cone had spawned in the best row possible.
Yeah.
For it as well.
So we don't have the luxury of potato mines. We're gonna have to accurately time this Doom. Very precise thing to do.
Okay, he's not in a bad row either, so fine.
That was very close. He was pixels away from leaving the hitbox.
All right, this is
Alright,
for
this is the
a
Pogo Zombie.
Zombo.
Zombo, yeah.
You know what's kind of funny? That they break the pattern of giving you the solution to, like, the actual solution to the zombies in favor of just introducing it at the end of giving you all the zombies, which I find very weird for Fog.
Fog is a pretty weird world. Feels like the least polished, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like they had this cool idea and they really wanted it to work. And it does work. It just doesn't work as well as it could have.
Yeah.
And so on this level, sun can be very scarce, as this level actually is pretty fast consistently.
Yeah, almost too
Especially if you do
fast.
it right. Yeah, it's like you barely have enough for a Doom if you save every single ounce of sun that you have. When I played this game, the guy asked me what an upgrade, so I said no. Why did they even give you the choice? Well, I mean, it helps us with our category of shopless, so that's why. They were keeping our speedrunning in mind.
Alright, so next wave will spawn a Pogo Zombie. I want to keep the 9th column open for that.
Yeah. And you'll definitely be able to immediately tell, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you can see, the level is almost over. And Scion is almost getting all of his sun down, like, just now. Very, very fast level. And, makes sun production very scary if you are not on top of it.
It's like if we use a squash for that 9th wave, which is optimal, then we're 50 sun away from the Doom here. But we need a lily pad as well, so okay, pretty lucky to actually get all of the sun there.
Yep, I figured that was
Oh,
gonna happen.
nice hitbox.
So the pogo, whenever it jumps, its hitbox changes positions. Funny enough.
Oh my god, please. What the?
So
That's
sometimes
gross.
whenever it's in the top row, it'll just hop out of the Doom Shroom's range if you aren't
Alright, one more like
if you
here.
aren't ready. Oh yeah, you still have enough, so you're fine.
Yeah, I have 2 diamonds after all and a bunch of gold coins. So this level has bucket heads and pogo zombies, but we just unlocked the magnet shroom. What the magnet shroom does is take away any metal that the zombies have, and then go on a bit of a cooldown. Taking away metal is code for dealing 50% damage to the wave, basically.
Yeah, it's essentially turning a bucket head into a normal zombie, but it's not like, okay, it's a normal zombie now. No, it's still a bucket head. It just got immediately damaged down to normal zombie form.
Yeah,
Um,
basically. That's how the
so
game treats it.
it's technically a very high damaging plant.
Technically speaking.
It basically immediately kills a football zombie, which makes it almost an insta-kill. If you want to think about it like that.
This
It's
is
just
another balloon zombie level, by the way, so that's why we have Blova.
the magnet counters the digger and the bucket and the pogo, and I just find it so interesting that they waited so long to introduce it.
Okay, I am worried about bottom row now that I'm paying more attention to what could be an issue down there. There's something in the pool.
Wrong row.
Yeah,
I hate finding out that I planted my scaredy in the wrong row too.
it's a lot of sun to lose.
Yeah.
Well, you don't lose it, it's just not where you want it.
Right. Yeah,
It's
ideally
still
in
gonna
this
get
level,
value later.
you get a billion bucket heads because magnets are reusable, so that's 100 sun that you're investing and you don't have to replace.
I'll put a magnet in the fog so that hopefully this huge wave has a bucket head.
And it did not, unfortunately.
Can't wait for a balloon zombie to spawn. That would help a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty much a rule that you don't want to
Awesome. I timed that.
That you don't want to use a blover without a balloon zombie having spawned, even if it is for information, just because it's 100 sun that could be distributed elsewhere.
Okay, here's
there's
the
our
bucket
first
head.
bucket head. And that's an instant wave.
Get off that pogo, young man.
Off my lawn. There's another one. That magnet should be up. Yep.
Yeah.
Another instant wave.
RNG here could be going better.
Thank you so much for the good luck, have fun, Ria Corvidiva.
Ooh, 2 balloon zombies. And I believe this is 9, so let's just get a bunch of scaredies in that low. Could have been a lot better. I.e., more bucket heads, please.
Honestly, that's more bucket heads than I see on average in this level, so.
Fair enough.
I
Alright.
had to do tutoring earlier, so missed a bit, but it seems this run's doing really good. Yeah, this run's on a pretty decent pace right now, Kevin.
What's the timer at right now?
You grabbed the note on 2:28:28.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good from memory.
That's a decent pace.
Anyway, it's a dark, stormy night, which means we have to endure looking at nothing for 4 minutes.
And we did get the cone head on the rake.
4 to 5 minutes, actually, because
That's
there's a
nice.
minute of variance on this level.
Also, epilepsy warning for those
Yeah, true.
that are affected by it.
Yeah, Stealth Loot, how it works is it's weird to explain. It's just star-shaped projectile patterns.
Yeah, it's 5 projectiles for a pretty decent cost. But it's not
What we
always
really want
great
on
by
this
itself.
level is lots of Stealth Loots, lots of magnets.
Yeah, by itself, Starfruit is okay. With multiple of it, it can immediately tear through the toughest of zombies. So it's really
And
just
it is,
situation
like I
by
said before, my favorite plant in the entire game.
Yeah, and you
Casually
see here,
speaking, and in speedrunning as well.
as you see
It
here,
was a
we
mini
do-
game that I brought Stealth Loot to in the strategy, and I
it's
will never forget that
very
because
good.
it was a very interesting strategy development.
As you can see here, we do also have bucket heads on this level. And magnet shrooms can spawn. They just like to not. They have a lower chance of spawning than other plants do.
Yeah, it's like a 5% chance.
And sometimes you can just not see any for the entire level.
Yeah, that's the worst case scenario. Hopefully, we do not get the worst case scenario because I find that playing through this level is more fun with magnets.
Yeah, hopefully we see at least 2. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
And those 2 spots in the pool that Scion's prepared with pumpkins are for our magnets. And what pumpkins are is they are essentially walnuts, except they don't take up space. You can put them on top of any plant, and they essentially make that plant have the toughness of a walnut.
This wave has 2 bucket heads. And the magnets have not yet been seen.
Oh no. Hey, a split pea. Oh yeah.
Let's put the split pea in behind. Deal
The
more
split
damage.
pea exists. The split pea was introduced whenever the whenever the digger zombie was introduced. However, we did not use it because why would we? And it's a pea shooter shooting forward, and it's a repeater shooting backwards.
So yeah, this level is going pretty poorly. Like, ideally, we have 2 magnets by now. We have 0. And if we have less than 2 magnets, we would have more Stealth Loot. We don't.
Yeah, 410 is one of those levels that can ruin the pace of the run.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but that's just how it is.
That's just what this level decided to be. 5 below
Wow.
us.
5
That's a
below.
1% chance to get that.
Woo. Nice lily pads.
Also, Digger zombies are an issue.
I mean, with the amount of blowers that you have, at least you can just kind of freely place them to
Hey,
immediately.
finally.
Yay!
God damn.
Yeah, because it is better to use the blower to kill the balloon zombies immediately rather than wait for the cactus to bring them down and just have them need to be dealt damage instead of instantly killed.
One magnet is definitely not enough, though. It can only target 5 of the 6 lows. But I would definitely take it over 0 magnets.
We need a combination of your last run's 410 luck and this run's 410 luck.
Okay,
no,
there's all the luck. It's not time save luck.
Alright, if you bought roof cleaners immediately, that would bring you down to... No, you can't. Never mind. Unless you get another diamond.
Yeah, I don't think 3 diamonds is enough to buy roof cleaners.
If you get another diamond, you can buy roof cleaners.
Roof cleaners are a surprise tool that will help us later.
Because you'll get 300 gold at the end of this level. Guaranteed. Brings you up to 9,500, and then that brings you up to 10,500, which is
This level
exactly what
sucked.
you need.
This level was not fun.
And then you'll get another 500 from the extra mower money before you need to buy things again. Yeah, this level is almost 6 minutes.
Oh god. Alright, finally out.
Yeah, that was a 2:28:28 when you picked it up, and that was like a 2:34:27. Just under 6 minutes.
Alright, so now they're attacking our roof. Can't attack on 3 fronts.
No, that's unfair.
That would just be cruel.
I just love the logical progression of front yard, backyard, roof.
Yeah. Like, where else can you defend your house from? There's all this flat land at the top. Well, not entirely flat. There is a slant. So if you put a pea shooter in the first 4 columns, it cannot actually kill zombies in the 9th column because the peas will just hit the roof. However, you can put them in 5th column and beyond, and then they will still work as intended. So yeah, this is our guy, the cabbage bolt, which is supposed to be the solution to the slant issue because it's an arcing projectile. However, this is the one level we use cabbage bolt, apart from the final level.
Yeah, and you might be wondering, why do we bring Puffshroom and why are we spamming it so often?
Yeah, Puffshroom is sleeping right now, but there's a new zombie called the Bungee Zombie, where when it spawns, it takes one of your plants. If we coerce it to take one of our Puffshrooms, we have spent 0 sun to maintain these flower pots. Which is really important because we don't have any replacements for them.
Yeah, and since we can't place them, if we lose one, we just permanently lose a spot on this level for us to place.
Okay, we didn't get them to hit one of the Puffshrooms, but them taking a sunflower is fine as well because we can just put it back down.
Now, the Bungee Zombie has the same amount of wave, counts for all of the wave there, except a Bungee Zombie's health does not count towards the... Oh, that's roof
Fair
cleaners.
enough.
You have roof cleaners. Except that Bungee Zombie's health does not count towards the wave total. And so what that means is that you can get away with just letting that wave happen, and it will end itself.
Starfruit working out.
Yeah, so Starfruit on this level is really interesting. It's just a really interesting idea because you have such limited space And because you have such limited space, you can only ever deal so much damage to one row. However, Starfruit can shoot from another row into that row for only 125 suns. So if you just get it on the right angle, it can save a lot of time.
Okay, it took
This-
another sunflower.
And this is actually the ideal setup here. 3 Starfruits in the middle and 2 repeaters on the outside for the best angles for firepower. And as you
Really
see,
fast.
those Starfruits saved about 3 total hits, 3 total P hits from there.
Okay. We're going to buy... Okay, we don't have enough for the Gloom Shroom yet, but we just bought roof cleaners, which are the mowers for the roof. We also bought another lake. So these will give us 50 each. So on 5-4, we will be able to afford Gloom Shroom. So buying roof cleaners is not a requirement because it takes 4 diamonds to get there and it's only really a safety thing. But if you get 4 diamonds, then you might as well. It's not a bad idea at all. It's especially good on some of these levels coming up where it's not exactly the safest thing.
Yeah, like you can survive without roof cleaners. In fact, many of the top runners never get roof cleaners in their runs. However, when you do, it just makes the levels safer, like Scion said. And there is a level where it actually can make it a lot faster as well as safer.
Yeah.
Why is he planting mushrooms in this day stage? So we did explain this earlier. The puff shroom is 0 cost, and so it's free. And the bungee zombie was guaranteed in that level to come down and steal one of our plants. So we would much rather have the chance of it stealing a 0 cost puff shroom than one of our valuable flower pots or one of our more valuable plants. Because at that point we did not have a flower pot to be able to replace any of the ones on the ground. So if we lose one, it's just gone and there's nothing we can do to get that planting spot back.
We use a jalapeno here because it's faster.
Yeah, and a lot of roof is very tricky because of the fact that all of your decision making is kind of tied to this 7.5 second cooldown of the flower pot. And so you're going to see Scion making some what you might consider questionable decisions based on like, oh, why is he placing the flower pot now or there? Or why did he make that decision? It's because you want your flower pots to be in specific positions in order for your strategy to actually work. And because you're always waiting on that 7.5 second cooldown, the more you can get out those flower pots in the spots that you need them to be in the downtime, the less that you have to make split second decisions based around that 7.5 second cooldown. So here, say Scion didn't have that flower pot in the top row yet, and he waited until right now. Then he has to decide between, okay, am I now thinking of putting a cherry bomb over here where I have to spend a flower pot, or do I put my repeater down up there? But now he can go, okay, now I can cherry bomb over there, as well as also put my repeater down and not have to decide between those cooldowns. A lot of things you have to keep in mind here whenever you are on the roof. Mainly playing around that 7.5 second flower pot cooldown is going to be one of the big things in these early levels here. Just because every single plant and decision that you make being gated by a 7.5 second timer is very different kind of pace.
That was a bit of a misplay. I should have saw that Conehead.
Yeah, you can eat Bungee Boys. They actually have a really big hitbox too. Well, I think a bungee can get hit by a gloom from 2 tiles away, if the gloom is already hitting something else.
Okay, it's gonna happen again.
Only 2 ambush zombies, and they were normal. That's kind of hot.
Okay,
Wow,
very
very
good
nice
final.
final wave.
It's usually not that fast. Right, this is Steve, the ladder zombie. His name is not actually Steve. That's just a headcanon name in the PvZ speedrunning community. Because he looks just like Steve from Home Depot.
Yeah, come on, you guys don't know Steve. Yeah,
Anyway,
so
this level
here,
is going to play out similarly, except the flower pots have actually receded a bit, so we only have 3 columns guaranteed.
yeah, and so
So
this is
beginning is going
where,
to be adjusted around that.
yeah, this is where the flower pots are actually going to stay for the rest of roof. We're only ever going to get our 3 columns at the beginning from now on. And so that is going to slightly change the strategy, because before we had essentially 250 sun, 250 free sun, and then 125 free sun, but now extra, but now we only have our starting 375 sun worth of flower pots, and immediately we have been taken down a peg, and our setup needs to be pushed back, and we need to take a little bit more time of doing that.
So yeah, I'm putting down some preemptive flower pots for decisions that I know I might have to make in the future. And I seem to be a bit of a prophet.
A pot fit? Sorry, that was bad. Oh, very nice spawn here.
Yeah. Instant wave. I'll just use a potato mine to deal with that instead of affording the repeater.
Very nice cherry spot.
Yeah. Very fast, but I only have 2 repeaters down. So it could backfire a bit. There's Steve. Say hi to Steve, everyone. Our only option is jump at him.
Kind of happy to see him, because that means you don't need to worry as much about these extra zombies here.
No,
However,
this is just slow.
Yeah.
I don't know
Hopefully,
if that kills in time.
yeah, hopefully looking for the jalapeno there.
Okay, that was very close.
And we are hoping to see more Steves here, just because the ladder zombie takes up a lot of the wave points, and so he's typically going to be most of the hit points in the wave.
See, I'm having to be a lot more reactive with my flower pots because I'm basically like being forced to use them every wave. Like there's no downtime anymore.
Yeah, and so it can get into a lot of these high stress situations where you're having to think about these decisions. And it can definitely intimidate a lot of new runners, but I think that just practicing the levels and playing them over and over again is
That's
very
2 zombies
easy
in the same spot, by the way. In case that was hard to see.
Yeah, they were just barely overlapping each other.
So hoping for a similarly shaped like final wave, but it very well may not happen. It would help if I had the sun to be able to deal with it.
All right, and this is
That's the coffee
bean.
bean.
And now
Our plant selection is going to be entirely changed by the coffee
entirely
bean.
different.
First of all, we buy the gloom shroom, and we're bringing so many mushrooms. The reason is because coffee bean wakes the mushrooms up so that we can use them during the day, at the cost of 75 sun and a bit of delay.
So keep in mind that before, our entire plant selection was basically all insta-kill plants. And that was, like, that's fast. Insta-killing zombies is fast. However, the Gloom Shroom is so powerful that it is worth it to change the entire plant selection to accommodate the Gloom Shroom. It's insane how much
To
damage
put it
that
into
thing puts out.
perspective, it is an upgrade plant for the fume shroom that gives it 4 times damage.
Infinite Pierce, by the way.
Infinite Pierce, 4 times damage. In a 3x3 area around it, so it can attack adjacent lanes.
But yeah, it's good. And we bring the pumpkin because, like I
We're
said
planning
before,
to put them in the 9th column.
it's a 0 space walnut. So we're going to give our Gloom Shrooms the health of walnuts in the 9th column to make them able to immediately start killing any zombie that appears on the screen.
Just gonna save a bit more sun for this exact situation.
Funny enough, a Gloom Shroom can actually kill a normal zombie from full health if it is not too fast. Whenever it spawns, like, it can kill it within half of a tile. That's how much damage it does.
We also have Doom Shrooms, and they sleep until we activate them. So we can tactically launch our nukes.
Yeah.
I need to get this second gloom up, but it's kind of hard with a limited sun. Like, the cost of an entire gloom is 300 sun.
Yeah, Calliope, that does sound like a pretty fun strategy.
Very unfortunate that this pumpkin is basically already on its last legs.
Yeah, that's what happens whenever you get a pumpkin, whenever you get a cone head on a pumpkin in the first flag.
So usually this pogo zombie would be a big deal that we have to immediately squash because it's going to go past everything. However, roof cleaners are a thing. So we don't even have to care about it at all. In fact, it can even save time if we get the right spawn and it's low. Okay, that was mistimed, so we weren't able to get that to happen. We'll place that pumpkin to get it to full health. Because in the middle low, there's so much damage coming from the adjacent glooms that nothing will be able to touch the gloom shroom. So it will be actually safe there.
Yeah, the only thing that can touch that Gloom Shroom is a fastest speed conehead or a ladder zombie, like so.
Yeah.
But it will not be able to fully eat it before we put a ladder on. I mean, before we put a pumpkin on it.
Yeah.
Normal zombies will never be able to touch that gloom. There's also football zombies in this level, but they cannot spawn yet.
Well, now
there's
they
the
can
first
spawn. This is 19th wave.
Not a good sign, honestly. We actually want to see as little football zombies on this level as possible. Mainly because of the fact that they are very high health, and the only things that we have to deal with them are Doom Shrooms and our Squash.
Yeah. I believe 2 Glooms does kill the Pogo Zombie in this case.
Yep.
So these waves are fast by having Pogo Zombies. Okay.
Yeah, honestly,
One Gloom and 1 Fume should kill.
Nope.
But it doesn't, so we will have to do the Squash since that mower had already been used.
That football is in a good row, all things considered.
Yes, being hit by so many Glooms that it's about dead now.
Yeah, being hit by 3 Glooms
Okay, this
in
needs
succession
protection.
is very good.
Yeah, I can get a Squash down. I did do a bit of mistiming with my Doom, so we will have to use this unoptimal spot to kill the final zombies.
But you got bailed out, you're fine.
Yeah, we're good. Unlock the watering can, which unlocks the Zen Garden. This is a chill place that you can spend not playing the game, but we're gonna skip it because it's slow. If we do
need to
anything
play
in
the
it.
game. We actually need to play the game, so
Anyway, Crazy Dave literally says, "You're going to hate this level."
and we
This
do.
is the worst level in the run.
This level sucks. It's really not fun, honestly.
The gimmick is that every zombie comes to you from a bungee zombie, and your only means of defense is chompers. And we all know that chomper is an instance, so there's no consistent firepower on this conveyor belt level.
We also have cherry bombs. However, the cherry bombs like to not show up, so we're just
they
gonna
are
act like
rare.
they don't exist. Unfortunately, I think that Chomper's gonna eat the wrong zombies.
Yeah. Probably gonna eat the previous wave instead of current wave.
Nope.
Nope.
Cool.
Wrong.
Run. Ooh, 2 cherry bombs in a row. Someone's special.
Oh my god. How? That's a bucket head. Fine. The reason I use that one is because of the manipulation.
Oh wow. Oh,
Yeah,
someone's dropping
basically
on
the
roof.
magic number. Yeah,
Oh, let's
bucket
go.
head on the lake, nice.
Why'd you go so far back? Aggressive, aggressive, aggressive. Sorry, I play this
Aggressive.
level very aggressively.
Yeah, me too, generally speaking.
We are in a marathon setting though, so I get it.
I mean, we do have roof cleaners.
Yeah, but you want to save the roof cleaner so you can immediately clear the final wave.
I mean, we want to... Ideally speaking, we want to use the roof cleaners to save our bacon. No pun intended.
Save our skin. Why are you talking about me like that? I'm not even doing the run.
So yeah, we have a weird number of cherries because cherries are rare. So I guess that makes it fast. Hi Steve, bye Steve.
Bye.
Well, that's an instant wave.
Yee ha ha.
We don't need to spend a cherry bomb here because trampling the bucket heads is enough value already.
A lot of cherry bombs.
That's a lot of cone heads.
Yeah, the worst waves that you can see on this level are a bunch of normal zombies, and the problem with a bunch of normal zombies is that, yeah, you have a bunch of chompers. However, you're waiting for them to be ready to eat again, But if you get overwhelmed with a bunch of normal zombies, they will just absolutely mow down your defenses. And so you're caught in this really awkward situation of just being overwhelmed completely and utterly.
Actually, that's 9, I believe.
Unfortunately, yeah.
No, oh. I wanted to use that for the Moa value, damn it.
Yeah. Oh well.
I don't think you need to use Moas when we have 3 cherry bombs. What
Yeah,
the
I
hell?
think 3 cherry bombs just immediately ends this level. And yep, it does.
I cannot believe that. I've never had that final wave in my life.
Only in marathons, people.
Only in marathons. Anyway, here's the catapult zombie, and we unlocked the garlic. What the garlic does is divert zombies to other lanes. Now, let me tell you about the cheat codes in this game. They're cosmetic cheat codes, don't worry. But if you type future, all of the zombies will spawn with, like, futuristic glasses. There's a bit of a... It's not a glitch, because it's intended, but it's like a weird exploit, I guess you would call it. Where if a zombie with future sunglasses eats garlic, it will skip an entire yuck animation that it needs to play. So after the first garlic that we use for mainly stalling purposes to get our first gloom shroom up, then we're going to turn on the future code by typing future on the keyboard. And then that's how we're gonna save, like, how much time did we say this code saved? I forget. It's a lot of time though.
Yeah, it's at least like a second every time. So
Yeah. Okay, we don't
know.
have to use a garlic here because it just spawned in a go to low for us.
yeah, so what the garlic allows us to do is defend every single lane with only a single gloom. Which
So I can type in future now.
Which is very nice because now we don't have to deal with the awkward situations from before.
Yeah, there was enough damage in this wave that this is not a threat to us.
Yeah, Gloom Shroom should always be able to kill a normal zombie from that distance.
Wow, not actually having to plant any garlic yet.
We love to see it.
I'm not used to it. I don't get this RNG very often.
Yeah, it's really
Only
nice
in a marathon.
whenever you don't have to plant garlic because it allows you to get more sunflowers up faster.
Yeah.
It's just a really nice trade-off that you don't really think about, you know? You kind of like some runners will be like, "Oh, I just want to get my garlic out immediately," but that's actually
Okay.
not the best case.
Gonna do a
scenario.
squash into doom combo for the 9th wave. Very fast.
Very, very fast. Very good.
So the aforementioned catapult zombie is able to spawn next wave, or guaranteed to spawn rather, so we're gonna save a squash for him.
Oh, and nice, we don't have to use...
Yeah. What he does is drives
Wow.
over the 9th column. But, so that's why our glooms are in the 8th column instead of the 9th column. Oh, that might be an issue.
No, you're
The
fine.
gloom is fine. Yeah, because I haven't needed to put down garlics, some weird things are happening.
My hair's longer. I feel stronger. I woke up this morning and I had a girlfriend. Yeah, it's weird.
Long things.
Oh,
Anyway, so other than the catapult zombie, the only other things that can spawn are just regulars and coneheads. So the more regulars, the better. We can
Yeah,
also
cone-
put fumes behind the glooms for extra damage, since they have more
typically-
range.
yeah, typically you do want to do that for your outside glooms as they aren't strong enough to really deal with the with the cone heads on their own. Sometimes
Okay, this is
killing them with you.
19th. So, very good Doom. I am putting flower pots in this 5th column because it is possible for the ambush zombies to spawn zombies over there, which is slightly outside of Doom range.
Doomberly.
Alright, very good.
Yes, very good.
Yeah. So, Catapult Zombies again, but with some new friends, Steve and Bungie back again. So I will turn Future off, it's sort of a toggle thing whenever you type the code. Because I still want to be able to utilize the stalling play with Garlic. Alright, top row. Worst case scenarios are going to be if the next zombie spawns in the 3rd row or the 5th row. Because if they spawn adjacent to the first gloom, then we don't have to do anything special and we can just put the gloom down immediately. Like so. I wish I got this RNG in my runs.
You're not allowed to have nice things.
Fair enough. I deserve it.
Right.
Interesting. We like to call that in the industry an immediate squash. Wow.
Ooh.
That's like the worst.
I think you can still catch the top one. He's pretty slow.
Yeah, in 9, yeah. It's possible to not catch that though. So this is still lucky. Okay, squash.
It's really interesting because not only does Future make them skip their animation, it actually moves their hitbox
I
faster.
miscounted.
Oops. It actually
Okay.
moves the zombies' hitbox faster.
Well, this just gives me more time to put down the gloom.
And so what that means is that so a normal zombie would bite into the garlic here. Into the garlic, and then it would move over slowly. Now one with future code on bites, and the hitbox is immediately in the next lane. So what that allows us to do is things like you might see Scion use a squash in the next lane over to where a zombie is going to be, and another zombie already is, because that hitbox is already accounted for, and they will both die to one squash.
That's a really good squash, by the way. I will use the Doom here. That's just too slow.
Oh, he bit like right after it exploded. It was so close.
These are just bad waves. Okay, hi Steve. We do have to protect our glooms from Steve. He likes to take a nibble every so often.
Ladder Zombie's a pretty good wave because he's a lot of wave points. There is a single night roof level. Just as a heads up. There's one.
You don't even pick your plants for it. Missed opportunity. Nope. SMH.
Honestly, it would be so hard to balance Night Roof. I'm glad that they did not try.
Actually, I am in agreement of that. Okay, it's gonna take a few nibbles. Yeah, we're good.
Because just think about it. To balance to balance night and then to balance fog, they had to give you a 0-cost plant for the land, and then they had to give you a 0-cost plant for the pool. They would have to give you not only a 0-cost plant for the roof that's a catapult, they would have to be able to make it so that you can plant it directly onto the roof without the use of the flower pot. And that's almost the only way that it would be balanced.
I'll just leave him alive. Because next wave will spawn here.
But then if you think about it, being able to plant something directly onto the roof without a flower pot completely breaks roof, fundamentally. And so then you're left with, like, broken rules, and it just is not... It's just not correct.
Okay. I need to be very cautious of these ladder zombies. They need to not kill my glooms outright. By the way, plants never heal unless you put an upgrade plant on top of them. So this second low gloom still has 1 bite left. That has not changed.
However, now it is a lot less scary because we have 3 glooms and they pump out enough damage to where it should not be a problem. Keyword should.
I had a feeling that was 9.
Fucked on a feeling. You got rid of the corpses?
Yeah. Did it.
Bummer.
Oh! The
Got the
bungee was
bungee.
still alive. That's a neat quirk. Right, this is our last lake that we will purchase, and here's the Gargantua. He is big and huge.
He is both
Big-
of those things, yes.
He's a big boy.
He's big and he's also huge. Separately.
He's big, plural.
Plural. Yeah, so this
Anyway, the
level...
Gargantua has so much damn health that he can withstand both a squash and a doom.
Yeah, what we refer to as insta-kill plants actually only deal half of a Garg's health.
Yeah. Gargs are just that base, I guess.
They're just built different.
Yeah.
Quite literally built. Like in a lab.
They're built like my dad.
I sure hope not. But you're gonna see the strategy change a little bit here because the Garg exists.
Yeah. We're no longer gonna try for that column 9, not column 9, wave 9 Doom Shroom.
Yeah,
Because it's just more worth it to use that for the Gargantua himself.
Yeah, we really need to use it for the Garg, or else it could screw up our defenses a good bit.
Okay, so this is what I meant by the stalling strategy. So, almost all of its health is gone. Then we put the Garg down, and then we have 75 sun left to get the coffee bean down. And then that just perfectly works out so that even in
nice
the worst case
global.
spawns,
Nice global cycle.
we can still target that zombie.
So when I say nice global cycle there is something called the global cycle that is always running in the background of the game that you cannot see and you will not know what it is until it's actually in motion. Now, this runs for all plants that fire, and even just for it doesn't have to be damage. It's there for animations, literally just everything. Now, whenever it comes to damage for the Gloom Shroom, that is whether or not it's at the end of the cycle or the beginning. And if it's anywhere in between that, that's also bad. If it is right after it would have started attacking, that is the longest possible cycle that you can get for the global cycle. If it's right at the end, of the attack, of where the attack would have started, then that's really good because that means it's about to immediately start attacking.
Alright, so this is 9th wave.
In some cases,
The squash will be back in time for when we need it for the Garg.
with
It's
plants,
gonna get close though.
plants with multiple projectiles, like the repeater, that can shoot halfway through the cycle. So you may have seen a couple of times earlier, the repeater only shoots 1p directly after being placed, and that's because it was placed in the global cycle during a time where it was halfway through its firing animation already. All right, and so right here, you're going to see a slight stalling technique to be able to get this Doom to hit this wave as well. And that is going to deal 50% of the wave's health and immediately trigger another wave for us.
Few bites there, but it'll survive.
Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah. So now we can just put down fumes. Use squash whenever we can. We do want to keep one more squash for the next Gog, though.
My mat for my chair just fully broke, and my chair was stuck in it.
Oh.
I was trying to figure out why I couldn't move anymore.
Only in marathons, dude.
Only in marathons.
Alright, so is this ninth wave? This is ninth wave. I can tell because of a specific waypoint value.
I can tell because of...
Yeah, it's very hard to explain. It's something you fully understand if you run the game.
Yeah, and so like before, we said that every zombie that has shown up or had a chance to show up in the level is guaranteed to show up in the final wave. So every time there can be a Garg in a level, there's going to be a Garg in the final wave.
Yeah.
That we will have to deal with.
So we will need to save a squash for that. This level, it's up there with 4-7 for worst designs. Well, no, it's just really hard.
This level is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
Even casually.
Like, it has bucket heads, so we're forced to bring the magnet shroom, but that means we lose out on our garlic.
Yeah, and so now we're in this awkward situation where we don't have something to protect our glooms.
Yeah, we can't put them in the 9th column because there's catapults and garlics. And so, putting them in, like, the 7th column is too slow.
Yeah, and so now what we need to do is we need to let them protect themselves with
basically
enough damage. They need to just
our protection is damage at this point.
Yeah. This is the motto of this takes the motto of the best defense is a good offense to the next level.
It really does. It really
because
does.
It's all offense here.
So very good RNG that it didn't spawn in 2 or 4.
Yeah, and so this zombie's fast. And so like I said about that global cycle before, by waking up the zombie, it actually has a better chance at identifying that zombie earlier. Unfortunately, that did not happen for us.
Yeah. Now, where's next zombie? I see. This game is fair. So yeah, I'm not doing an instant squash because I really can't afford it. I need to have a lot of sun and I need to have a lot of cooldowns up. I think we will barely be able to get a gloom up for that top guy. It may be close though. Ooh, that was very close. That flower part is like 1 HP. These waves have been very lucky. No cone heads in 204 because we can't actually like kill them. Alright, so now bucket heads have a possibility of spawning, so magnets are going to be good for speeding up the waves. We hope for Bucketheads. Jack-in-the-Boxes are the worst because they are fast no matter if they have their Jack-in-the-Box or not. Okay, we really like to not see Coneheads, because Coneheads are the reason that this level is bad. This Conehead is fine because 2 adjacent glooms and a fume. Yeah. I'll just squash this Conehead to get it out of the way and faster wave. Sure, take that Sunflower, buddy. It's all yours. It's no longer of use to me. So yeah, there's the Buckethead. And we want those waves a lot.
We want a lot of Bucketheads. Yeah, unfortunately, sure, we can take away their Jack-in-the-Box, but that doesn't really help us speed up the wave at all. So Jack-in-the-Boxes are only annoying to see.
Okay, I'll use a Doom here, even though it's not 9, because it's just all Coneheads.
Oops, all Coneheads. I love the idea of this Bungie taking a single flower pot.
Alright, so let's get a middle Doom. No, another Fume.
Yeah, and so towards the end of this level, we actually dip into a territory where Gargs can spawn as the full wave, right before the final wave.
Yeah.
And so that gets a little scary for us.
Magna cooldown won't work for this, so I'll use a Squash instead.
Yeah, in the worst case scenario, we can actually get 2 extra Gargs on this level.
Yeah. Let's see if it happens during the marathon.
Just for you guys. Never before seen. Except for, you know, those times where it was.
I'm gonna put a magnet in the 9th column, just in case something spawns and gets value from it.
Yeah, if any...
Oh my god.
Wow. He spawned in the
died.
right spot. He spawned in the right spot.
Nice. You don't usually have a Bungie die.
Yeah, Bungies have to spawn in specifically the right spot. To
That
be
was
able to
9,
die.
okay. We did not get any of the possible bugs.
Add 1 of 5? What are you talking about, Twitch? Are you kidding?
So Bungie will stay on screen for a bit. That's fine. That went so much better than expected.
Wow, what a
Alright. Welcome to the
Oh my
final
God.
boss of Plants vs. Zombies.
That was a 3:20:58.
Uh-oh.
You're on a really good pace, actually.
This is potentially PB pace. Uh-oh.
Very clean at Dave.
Alright, so this is Zomboss. He is our final boss for today. He's going to send zombies at us, and then he will switch to a mode of lowering his head so he can be damaged by our plants, and then throwing out an ice or fireball.
Yeah, this
So
is
he
that.
will alternate between that, so we call that a cycle. Best case scenario would be 3 cycle. 2 cycle is technically possible, but I doubt we're getting it this marathon.
Oh, come on, buddy. What are you talking about?
Nothing.
We've already gotten things that we didn't think we were gonna get. So don't count yourself out.
Fair enough, I guess. But yeah.
Oh yeah. So this
Once
is
he's
the
down,
only night.
we utilize the jalapeno ice cream combo to both deal a lot of damage to him and keep him down here for as long as possible.
Yeah, this
so
is
he
the
can
only
continue
night.
to take damage.
The only night roof level, and it's pretty much one to just use the idea of roof night And also 2, because Ice Room would only work correctly at night, so there's kind of no other way for this level
So yeah,
to
the
work
level
the way they
progress
wanted to.
bar is representative as his HP. So we're doing quite a lot of damage to him this first cycle. So he's gonna send out some bungees. They miss because they're bad. Something wrong with those lines.
Skill issue, bad at the game.
Yeah. Bungees
Oh,
are
you
just bad at
you
the game.
5 flower pots.
Oh, a 1% chance.
Yeah, so
he's sending out
actually,
bucketheads now. Next time he sends out zombies, they will be randomized from the entire pool, basically.
yeah, so
All of the zombies we face have a potential to spawn here.
there's actually
Except for the aquatic ones, of course.
some interesting code that we in the code we had found that there's actually a higher chance of okay, so whenever you fill almost all of the flower pots, you actually start getting less catapults, which is what we want. So lucky for us, we can actually use that to our advantage.
Okay, we're gonna have to end the cycle here. Could have been
So
better,
this
though.
is going to be a 3 cycle.
Yeah.
Can't PB. I don't believe anymore.
Okay. So
nice is
that
you don't really
LV
worry
took
about
out basically all of those lows. However, what the roof cleaners will do here is block spawns if they get triggered for the entirety of the level.
That's something you never see.
Okay, he's dead.
Yeah,
Zamboni takes his place.
so catapults
Oh,
only
nice.
catapults only ever go down the row if they're the only zombie in that. If there's no plants left in that row. So you typically don't see them going down the row like that, but it's kind of funny too. But
Okay, this
yeah,
is a much longer cycle.
yeah, those are essentially just free rows now that Scion no longer has to worry about. And yeah,
Okay, and he's done.
Oh.
Timer will stop when I click on the silver sunflower trophy. 3, 2, 1, now.
All right, let's see what that final time
Zomboss
is.
has been defeated. Congratulations, you have most triumphantly fended off the zombie attack. Your lawn is safe for now.
3:25:33 was the final time here.
3:25.
Yeah,
That's a good run. Damn.
that's a very good run for a marathon, for sure.
Incredible.
That's insane.
For reference, that's 3 minutes faster than Easy Pig's PB, I believe, if I'm remembering your PB right.
3:27:55 is mine, so it's like 2.5.
I'm remembering an old PB then.
Yeah, 2.5.
Yeah. Very good run.
Very good run.
And so happy to show it off here at really the choice.
Evil Pig King? Hey.
Anyway, I
Hope
think
you
I'd
guys enjoyed it.
Hi, Womack.
Hi, Warmack.
What's up?
Is that Zell? Is Zell back?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you guys so much for the run. So we'll get the next runner started. It was already in the voice channel, but we'll get them fixed up. It shouldn't take very long. But yeah, more Plants vs Zombies after this with the typo that I'll maybe finally